you serious. But it's okay. Completely understand. Y'all ready to get started? I'm excited for this episode. Yes, no,
We
maybe
ready.
so.
Oh yeah, I'm
We
sorry.
ready.
I'm ready.
Like, I'm like, damn, can I get some
We
engagement,
ready.
please? Like,
I was speaking.
obviously, I was talking to Chris.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Like,
Yeah, obviously. Like, come on.
Gotta make sure we're on
Lord. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast, where we discuss, debate, review movies and TV shows, old and new. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz. I am joined with Chris. Chris, how are you doing this evening?
Chilling. Feeling good. How y'all doing?
Good. Well, I'm about to find out how Jason doing. Jason, our other co-host. Jason, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well, Jazz. Can't complain.
Okay, that's good. Complaining really don't do much anyway, so.
You know this. Jason don't ever ask me how I'm doing. It's okay.
You know what, Chris? You're right.
Why would I ask him?
Why not?
Because Jazz asked you. Jazz asked him.
But maybe I'll say something different if you ask me. It's the thought that counts. But it's cool. Don't even worry about it. You know, it's 2023. I already know how. All right, look, I'm good. And don't even worry about it, Jason. And don't ask me now because I know it's gonna be fake.
No, I'm not. I got you later in this episode. It's cool.
Ooh, I'm excited. Loving the energy. All right, well, fellas, this is episode 31. This is our part 2 of our Wednesday discussion. Yes, very excited. For anybody new to the podcast, hopefully you were able to check out episode 30 because this is part 2 of that. We'll be reviewing Wednesday episodes 5 through 8. Normally when we review TV shows, we break them up. And this is this part 2. So if you didn't get to listen to our part 1, please go check that out because it's extremely entertaining if you are up to date on the show. And this is also your spoiler alert. So if you have not seen Wednesday, which is a series on Netflix, please be sure to stop the pod, go check out Wednesday, and come back and see all the things that we decided to review and mention during our episode. But before you turn the pod off, or after you do, please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review. We love comments and we love to engage as well. So just come back, check out our episode, part 2, Jason. And we will be starting with episode 5. I'm sure you know the title because
I do.
I
do. You reap what you woe. So this is the episode where the parents have come to the school. So we get a more in-depth look at Morticia and Gomez. I love the montage they give us in this opening scene because it opens up on Wednesday. She's reading over the files that Tyler has stolen from his father, and she's going over it, and it kind of flashes back to when the parents were in school and what they thought. I guess the idea of how the gentleman was killed, and then it flashes back to Gomez present day. What did y'all think about this opening scene in this episode?
I thought it was funny because you remember in our last episode, you mentioned that a lot of people did not like the casting of Gomez. Did y'all notice that the young version of Gomez looked just like the, I guess, expected look for Gomez that people were expecting for him? So I thought that was really creative that they were just like, well, we're not going to let the older present day Gomez look like how y'all want him to look, but we're definitely going to show that in the young Gomez. So I definitely, I noticed that on my rewatch and I definitely appreciated it. But Parents Weekend, I was curious if they were going to bring them back. And so I thought it was cute. Pugsley got out the car. He's just like looking around like, where's Wednesday? He missed his sister. He missed his sister so much.
Yeah, he does.
And the fact that oh, go ahead, Jason.
You go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say the fact that Morticia came out because obviously they haven't been speaking to Wednesday. She left her a couple of messages on her crystal ball. So they're probably figuring out like, okay, what's going on? Why is she ignoring us? And so we find out why. And then we see Wednesday looking from a distance that, okay, my parents are here. So what y'all think about this?
Super excited. I thought it was funny. I think Bianca's mom coming up was interesting too, because she did not expect her to, show up, and then she just shows up out of nowhere, and it was just kind of like, okay, how is this gonna go? But I was looking forward to it because I like to see an in-depth like character study of the side characters as well. So I was really excited to see what they're gonna do with Bianca, because from what we've seen so far, she sort of came across as like uh I don't really know how she came across. She was an antagonist, she was popular, everything like that, but it was interesting to see how much deeper they go. It's cool.
Did y'all see Ajax in the courtyard?
See what?
Ajax. He was in the courtyard. So I think that was the first time we actually saw him after he turned to stone. So it wasn't well, no, actually we saw him at the party, so then we saw him at the courtyard. But
yeah, he was at the dance.
Right. But as you can see at the courtyard, we get an update on Eugene. So because we left Eugene, he was getting attacked and got ate up and all of that shit in the forest. So we come to find out that Eugene is still alive. Critical condition, but he's on the mend, like Wings decided to say. But yeah, Chris, I definitely had that in my notes because I appreciated seeing the side characters and their family and their relationship with their parents, because you saw that with Ina as well. What y'all think about?
I loved Enid's dad. That's my guy.
I did too.
I loved Enid's dad.
He was silent the entire episode.
Yeah.
Until it was needed until something was needed to be said. He was silent. I definitely enjoyed that, because a lot of times that's typically, I guess stereotypically that's the dad. Sometimes you do have some dads that are real vocal, loud, but in most cases they're pretty much laid back to the side, let the mom do the rah-rah, the talking within that. So it was not interesting, but it was dope to see when he did actually say something, what it was. But we do see Enid, she pretty much was calling out everything her mom was going to do, and that's what she was doing. And then she timed how long it was going to take before she said something to her.
Yeah.
I was looking at some interview with her.
Of course,
the girl that played. I know, right? And they were asking, did she initially try for wins? And she was like, no, not at all. This character is a lot closer to me, but I'm really more of an introvert personally, as opposed to an extrovert as my character was. But yeah, now this one, and she literally acts just like Enid, when she just sitting there talking and whatnot. That's her all over.
How did y'all feel about Wednesday when she explained her parents all the stuff that's been happening at Nevermore? She's just like, well, someone tried to kill me. I'm being stalked, and just going through the whole list. And then we have Gomez just like, yes, Nevermore. I love you so.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. I don't know what else you would expect from the Addams Family. That was just kind of threw me out of left field. But that was cool.
Yeah, nah, like you say, that's the Addams Family. And they go to Weems' office. They speaking with Miss Weems, and she notices that Morticia picture is in the yearbook. Miss Weems pulled it out. I don't know if it was because of a jealousy thing, she got upset, or what was going on with the whole thing, because eventually we see that they did a talent show together. You know what I'm saying? They did a talent show, and she portrayed a different person in the talent show, but they were able to do that. So I like that dynamic between them was, like I said, that was interesting. But then she throws out, she feels just based on how Wednesday is or is not progressing, they should do family counseling. So then Gomez, he was all for it. Morticia wasn't. Of course, Wednesday wasn't. She more so, I go my days. I don't need to go with them. This is not what this week. That's not what this weekend is for. Like, we call it special if y'all. We got this. Y'all go ahead and cut it. And they go to the counseling. Go to the counseling session. What y'all think about the scene with how this was handled in the potpourri?
I feel like it was needed. Wednesday needed to step up and say something. It was just funny how she said something and just interrupted everything. But for whatever we'll get to it later. But I like the scene. I like Wednesday's delivery and just how she doesn't care. She drops bars all throughout the series so far, but it's just the stuff she says and how she says it. It's almost like command in the room. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah. And she definitely put her parents on blast, because she's just like, I know about this murder that happened. You need to explain yourself, what's going on. And Morticia immediately was just like, this is not the time and the place. And the squirrel lady is like, but wait, this is the time.
This is the perfect time.
This is the perfect time. So, and Morticia's just like, you need to mind your business. And so she's just like, Wednesday, this is nah. And then Wednesday was like, well, I don't care what you say. I'm still going to investigate, which obviously set Morticia off, and she just leaves the room. And then Pugsley is snacking on this potpourri, and he's just like, thanks for the chips. And she's just like, that's not what that is. He was going in on those too. And it's so funny how, like, anytime Wednesday says anything wild to her parents, they go to his reaction. And he just like, oh, what's going on? Because when she told them, like, did thing let y'all know about what was going on with me, since y'all basically had him check on me. And they was just like, you didn't break no fingers, did you? So, like, Pugsley just don't know anything that's happening. He's just there. So it's always funny to see his reaction. But Jason, I want to go back to the opening scene when we see that flashback. We see Weems was there. She's the one who found Garrett's body. So it's funny how they try to have a lot of like show some signs to where Weems could possibly be jealous of Morticia. And you see how it's like breadcrumbs, like, well, it seemed like she could possibly, like, it's like something else is there, which made her extremely suspicious.
They were trying to give you motives for different people. And like, it's like the first half, it felt like different people, but then on the second half, it's like they shed light on a lot of other different characters in here, with which will give them motive to do whatever they're doing on campus. Like I said, we mentioned Bianca and her mom, that dynamic, that situation, and we see, she's pretty much using that siren song to manipulate people for money, to get advanced, and to do different things. And we see her mom even threaten her to threaten her position where she is, to just to get her way in this situation. What do I feel about that?
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, it's like her vibe definitely gave that off, but she got a ring.
This is true.
I mean, did she manipulate it? No,
for sure. No, she probably did. Like, no doubt about it. But I'm curious if we're going to get more background on that in the second season. I would love for them to go in depth more with Bianca's relationship with her mom, and then what happens now that the semester is over or canceled. But I'm curious if we're going to get more light on that whole thing.
Yeah, I thought about that, especially because they just renewed. They officially announced last week that they renewed season 2. So I was thinking about that, like how would they go into it? Because I know I want to see more of the actual, like the house, the family as well. But I still feel like they can integrate this, like you said, the side characters and everything. So that was something I thought about too, Jess.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. It's like a lot of unanswered, and I mean, Wednesday she addresses that at the end. A lot of stuff that didn't get answered. So don't worry too much.
Spoilers. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
We're only on episode 5 here. Let's calm down.
Bring it back.
All right. So, as they're leaving, they find out that the coroner, he's killed himself. And this was very suspicious because just based on the previous episode, when he was talking to Sheriff Gilpin, he was just saying like him and his wife, he basically had a whole roadmap of what him and his wife finna go do, how he finna go live his life, how he's finna go kick it. And now he supposedly has killed himself and left a suicide note based on the situation over 20 years ago. Like, that just not adding up, which in here, everybody seemed like they were just, I mean, I guess that's typically how it goes in these type of, I guess, murder mystery stories, where everybody's just like, no, that's not what happened. What? That's not true. So, so everybody's just fogged over. But I guess at the same time, everybody have this vengeance upon themselves, which this pretty much gives him, puts the battery in his back to go ahead and arrest Gomez. Which kind of goes back to the beginning of the episode. There was a gentleman, Garrett Gates. His family's very rich, very well known within this town, doing a lot of funding and financing. He gets killed one night, and the rest of the episode is breaking down or trying to explain how or what really happened. and how this ties into the grander scale, which I don't feel like we had a filler episode. I feel like every episode mattered. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
I agree.
everything, it had a side story, but it also played into the overarching story.
Mhm.
So that's another kudos to how they were able to write this story.
Yeah, filler. Yeah, I mean, when it's only 10 episodes, I would kind of be annoyed if they snuck a filler in. So I'm glad they didn't do that.
This is 8.
Yeah,
Huh?
This
it
is
was on
8
the 8,
episodes.
but
Oh, 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, because they did that with She-Hulk. It was like 9 episodes, and they had like a couple fillers, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Come
So.
on,
yeah.
Chris.
No, that's real. I'm not dissing She-Hulk. I'm just saying what happened. Like,
I hated those filler episodes. But...
yeah. So I'm glad they
So
didn't
we
do that with
get
this.
Gomez. He's in jail. Wednesday goes to visit him. And then she was telling him, orange is not your color. And then they have a conversation. You see Thing, he's out of there, man. He's overwhelmed. He's he's slacking across the wall.
I love that. Like, that was so funny to me when I saw it the first time, because you can hear it, him sliding down. Just like,
Poor thing.
What did y'all think about when Gomez was speaking to Wednesday? What did y'all think about this situation that he was explaining versus what the truth may have been?
Yeah, when everything first started, I didn't think that he killed Garrett. Just because it seemed like a setup, and then of course you talk about the coroner going away. But then as he told the story as well, I don't trust anything right now. So I didn't we still haven't got to the monster yet. So I don't trust anything or anything at all. But I like flashbacks, and I like how they tell the story from different perspectives, because they did it like maybe 3 or 4 times this episode in regards to that murder. So I like the way that they did this one as well. That it's sort of like a aha moment for Wednesday. And she's just like, oh, this is the truth. And then now you get to see it as the audience. So I like when they do stuff like that. But I still don't trust. I didn't trust anybody still.
yeah. I appreciated that Gomez was trying to have a soft moment with her, and she just like, yeah, no, this is don't do this. Because he was just like, I wish I was a better father. And then she just went down the entire list of things that he did when she was a kid, and which was kind of wild, but Addams Family vibes, of course. So she was just like, you're the reason why I'm independent and a loner and how I am. So I thought that that connection between them was really good, because then you see the complete opposite between her and her mother at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
Pretty like I said, with Gomez being in prison, Wednesday, she said she's been playing cards with him since she was a kid. So she knows his tales. She knows when he's lying just based on how he's speaking, his mannerisms, and everything that's going on here. She goes and tries to cheer Pugsley up, which was they're playing, not they're fickle, they went fishing. But of course they're fishing with grenades. I've only seen this happen in the video game, which I do know it is true. In Red Dead Redemption, they use the grenades to blow up the fish at the bottom, which of course, how much meat you get from those fish doing it that way, probably not gonna be much, but it definitely works.
Would that be something you would do, Jason?
Maybe. I might. I'm not really into fishing, but I might.
I mean, I feel like with a grenade, it takes a whole fishing aspect away from it.
Yeah, so. You just like Kobe
with a grenade.
Yeah, you ain't gotta worry. You ain't gotta wait around or nothing. Just say, yeah. So,
Chris, would you do it?
I don't know, because I thought it was like this may sound bad, but I thought it was smart when I was watching the episode, because I was like, that's quick. But like Jason said, you may not get much meat off the fish, so it depends. Like maybe you get some like residual blast, and maybe get those fish, but the ones that get blown up, can't eat those. Like the direct impact fishes,
no. So Morticia, she went to go clear her mind, and Wednesday's going to go look for her. And of course, she's in the nightshade room. This is when she finally has that confrontational talk, I'm assuming, that she needed to have with her mom about what really happened, and what really happened the night that Garrett died. But also she, asked why did she put her or send her somewhere where she has to live into her shadows. Mm-hmm. And she, basically told her, those are my memories. Like, those are just things that I was into. Those are things that I showed you, and you're good at those things as well. But those are my memories. You're here to make your own. this was somewhere I was able to fit in. I felt as if you may be able to fit in or you may be able to stand out. But, Wednesday is just Wednesday. So she tries to, I just feel like she tries hard to stand out even in a room of outcasts. So even when she's in people that's like her, she still tries to do it.
Do you think, I'm sorry, cut you off, Jason. Do you think, because I know part one, we were talking about how Wednesday was trying so hard to not follow in her mother's footsteps, and how she was basically telling Morticia, like, you did all of the things that I'm currently doing that I'm, like you said, she's currently good at. Do you think that was just something that was in Wednesday's mind, like stuff that she created herself, and Morticia didn't have any type of intention of, I'm going to send Wednesday here so Wednesday can follow my footsteps?
Of course not. She had went to what was it 7 different schools before that? Like she went to every other school before she went there. She kept getting thrown out.
Yeah, so I don't think it was intentional, like you said.
Yeah, that was all on Wednesday. Her mother didn't have anything to do with that. So after that, it was one more school that was willing to accept her, and it was this one with the condition of her going to therapy or counseling. And then, like I said, we get the real scene of what happened to Garrett. Gomez was getting beat. He was getting the brakes beat off of him. He ain't stand a chance against this boy. Like I don't think he was on his feet too long. He was on the ground so much in that fight.
Garrett played football.
He was enraged. He was poisoned, so he was going crazy.
I thought it was weird because like even Gomez and Morticia said she was just nice to him. Mm-hmm. He took that in the wrong way. That's why you can't really be nice to folks. That's why you got to limit the laughter sometimes.
Which is funny because that was sort of parallel what was happening with Tyler. It was just kind of like and
Xavier.
Yeah, and Xavier. But it's funny because Wednesday wasn't even that nice, so it was just kind of like
Xavier was just hooked from that first time she saved his life, and he just couldn't let it go. Tyler, on the other hand, she was willing. He kind of checked her, and she was just like, "Okay, you ain't gotta act like that with me."
He shook her verbally, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he got it. He put it in check. So, like I said, we find out Morticia is the one who killed Garrett. And after Garrett fell off the building, and they knew Weems was on the bottom of it, Gomez told her to go to her room and just lock herself in there. And he took the charge. Y'all taking the charge for the one y'all love?
Nah. I'm gonna write them letters though. I'll write them. Make sure it's money on their books. Make sure they getting all their favorite magazines. I will. Yes. A charge? No. What? Nah. Y'all taking charges for people?
What about
outside
you,
of kids?
Don't ask me that, Jazz.
What about you, Chris?
No.
Not for the one you love. Not the one you with, but the one you love.
I can love her, but I ain't taking charges. Look, can we stop?
Jason, you taking charges?
It depends on this. It depends. It truly depends. Like if she doing like selling drugs or something like that, nah, she got to take that because what are you doing? But like if we out and boop, 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 she starts shooting, I might. Like if it, you know what I'm saying.
Wait.
Hey, look, you gotta understand. It may be in a situation that call her to raise the blicky. But if it's this way she's selling drugs, like what you doing? What you selling
She's
drugs
trying to make
for?
money.
Oh, that's on her. She need to figure out that the rest. She need to figure everything. I can't take that charge. No, I can't. I told you, I can take some of them, but not all of them. That one I can't take.
But why is the gun the one you went to? Like it could have been
because if they say she was getting jumped and she pulled the gun out and do.
Why you can't protect her?
I was driving. I was driving. Okay. What they call soft black? What's that? Soft man life?
I don't know.
We're not doing that. Not here. Not in this space. Nah.
I was driving. She had her head out the window. But
wait, it sounded like you were an accomplice.
We was just out, and I was driving, and she pulled it.
It was just a coincidence.
It was just exactly. So after they had this conversation Wednesday, she started piecing everything together. And she said it sounded like nightshade poisoning, just based on how enraged he was, how focused he was. He was foaming at the mouth, and they went to go unbury his body. Like, that's just a normal thing to do? Like the funeral home is just in the middle of town.
I'm not gonna lie. She did a really nice hole to get to his body. It was a clean, but she's been doing it like.
I was going to say, I'm sure she has practice. So yeah, she's definitely gonna be. We was on the same page, I think, Jazz.
Yeah, but it was good. Like her and Morticia, they're bonding. They're, she's just like, well, do you want to come and help me out? She's like, my nails, but I want to let you go ahead and have all the fun. Like,
what a way to bond.
Chris,
exactly.
Hey, it is weird, but it's weird to us, but normal to them. And then the cops come, that deputy we love, that she just pops up in random moments. I hope we get more of her in season 2, but they go to jail and then we see what happens. Gomez and Morticia are next to each other and they just can't keep their hands off each other. It's so adorable. She's like, forget the fact. Right. Even through the bars. That's that real love. That's that Mary J love that she was talking about.
Be like that.
I believe. And then so they get released to be able to talk to the mayor. So they talk to the mayor, and then this was an interesting conversation. For multiple reasons. Pretty much threatened him to release Gomez, but also, Morticia says to him, which is, I feel like the role should have been given to another person. She was like, men like you have no idea what it's like to not be believed. And I was like, so when it comes to protecting a woman, I get it. When she's talking to a black man.
But when I seen that first day, I said, "Well, up Tim Burton." I was like, ain't no way this has been a script.
I'm ready for your shit today.
Bro, Jack,
I'm ready for it today.
She said,
I know.
Like, what?
I was just like, I see what you're trying to do, but look who you're talking to. I was like, yeah. It's like, y'all
brought that up because that was definitely my train of thought.
I was like, y'all got to read the room a little bit.
Man, listen.
Yeah, I'm like I said,
does it count for him because he works or he owns Pilgrim World? So
that's what I say. I look at it as it had to be an authoritative figure, councilman type situation. Because beyond that, he still is a black man, so he definitely understands what it's like to not be believed or to say something. But we're not trying to do a plight battle between men and women because everybody has a struggle.
He should have just looked in the camera like Jim from The Office and kept.
That would have been a nice.
Just keep going. Like, okay, y'all get it. Keep going. Enough said.
Chris, I'm not gonna lie. That would have been fire.
Yeah, that's it. You wouldn't have to do no deep dive. Just keep it pushing. That would have been perfect.
We finally get like a more in-depth look at the visions or what this actual power is between, because Morticia can do it, but also we know Wednesday's been doing it, and she explains that she's the dove because she's a more positive person, so her visions work a lot differently from how Wednesday's work. And she said Wednesday's more of a raven. Hers could actually drive her crazy, and the only person that can teach her how to control it would be Goody. And there's outside of this, of course, we have Enid. Of course, she's been battling her mom the entire episode. Her mom wants to put her in a lycanthropy camp, which would teach or help her to wolf out, which she was pretty much told her, I don't care to do that. If it happens, it happens, but it's not a thing for me if it doesn't. And her mom just is pissed off. She leaves, and dad just tell her, hey baby, be you. Like, and that's all you want to hear. Like, that's all you really want to do is just like, hey, be you.
I'm not gonna lie, dads are so dope. That was like, I really appreciate that scene because I believe that was the only thing that he said. He was like, you do you. We gonna love you regardless. So he's not trying to push her to be somebody that she's not. And we see that's one of the obstacles I believe her character went through this entire season. And so it was her character development I appreciated.
Yeah.
But, yes.
And then like I said, we have the more conversation between Wednesday and her mom, just pretty much saying, hey, I don't want to be a stranger in your life. At any time you need to speak to me, just reach out to me. And then her and Weems, they have her mom gave her the yearbook and she went back through it and she ran across and that's when she found out that Weems is a shapeshifter. And she confronts her about, what's going on. And she said, y'all just say you and the mayor just sweep everything under the rug for whatever message whatever you're trying to go for at that time. And I like one thing I noticed this time was like how they shoot the camera angles. And that's something I've been looking at a lot of different YouTube, not just for this, but from some other stuff that we doing. And I was just noticing how when Wednesday is talking, the camera looks like it's on top of her forehead. And then when Weems is talking, it makes her look, well, she is tall as hell. But it makes her look it makes her look super tall because it's giving us the perspective of the person that they talking to whenever they're doing it. So that's just like a little tidbit. I like how they capture that. And then we see that the lawn is set ablaze.
Jason, sorry to cut you off, but I want to piggyback on what you just said. And then when you see them two in a shot together, it's always a wide shot, and you can always see how different their heights are.
Yeah.
And so I think there's been a lot of shots in this season to where you see them side by side, and you just like, damn, like, they're like the complete opposite. So I appreciated the casting of both these characters because like real tall, real short, and their personalities is Weems is the nice sweet one, and then Wednesday is the blunt, not gonna say mean one, but not shying away from controversy. So
not at all. Like I said, the school lawn is burnt. Which says fire will rain. And I like how they have it on Wednesday's eye as she's looking at it.
The reflection.
The reflection of her eye as it's going out. But that was the end of episode 5. Do you guys have anything in that one that you want to address, George?
I want to add Bianca's conversation with her mother before her mother left. She basically said she will help her mother out because obviously there's some complications that her mother is dealing with back home. So she was just like, I will help you, but I will leave at the end of the semester. And after that, I'm done. Yeah. She's like, I'm completely done with you, detached, like everything. And so then she just walks away. So it's definitely some unfinished storyline. I hope that they develop in the next season. I'm excited to see what they can do with Bianca's character for sure. So, but that was the only additional thing for this episode, Jason.
Got you. We're going to episode 6, Quid Pro Quo. This is the opening
episode.
So with this one opening, we see Wednesday. She's doing the seance. And she was just saying, hey, I don't like the living. Why would I want to, call out to the dead? But she knows Goody can assist her with her psychic abilities based on what her mom said. And she gets a letter under her door says, hey, meet up in the Crackstone Crypt. And I don't know, maybe because there's some outsiders, there's just some cool stuff to do. Like it's like there's parks, like there's so many other places we can meet.
Jason, forget all that. That's regular people stuff. We going to this crypt.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Look, candles in the dark. Yeah. Real scary movie type of shit.
So we make it to the crypt. It's her and Enid. They get out to the crypt. Enid acting very scary. She, shaky with outside, not going. Wednesday goes inside. And I guess she started hearing stuff in the room, and they jump out, boom, happy birthday. They sing it, singing happy birthday to And they come in with a cake, which was nice. That was a nice little cake, they made.
The balloon was
the balloon was pink.
Yeah. She said
Did you
that was
see the
my idea.
callback?
Huh?
Did y'all
Which
get
one?
the callbacks from the cake?
I didn't
Because
pay
the
attention.
the red balloon is representative of like it. Because that's what the little brother was carrying around. He had like a red balloon, or that's what it was carrying around, a red balloon. And I think the crypt keeper on there looked like it had like a ghost face mask on. If you go back and look at it, it like the whole cake was black except for the balloon, and the red balloon
Yeah.
is a symbol of it. So, yeah.
Look at this.
I'm laughing at
What?
Jason. No, you gotta get on. You gotta run that back and see Jason face the whole time.
He over here hating. He over here hating.
He's looking like, Jack, come on, Jack. He's looking like that's a read.
Jason, go look at it. Go look at it. I'm just saying.
I'm not arguing that. That was just funny. I'm not mad at it. I like that.
Every time I
it.
tell y'all something that y'all ain't never heard, y'all look at me like I'm crazy.
Oh
And then like after,
nah.
then after the episode, I send it to you and y'all just like, oh. I'm like, yeah, niggas, I was right. But
Man, we not, hey,
that was
man.
a good call, baby. It was just funny.
Hey,
Jason.
So while they in the crypt, she sees that the fire will rain on the side of inside the crypt, and then she touches it, and of course she has a vision. It'd be kind of crazy when she had these visions. So it's just like she go and she just gets stuck.
wait, what she do? How she do
it?
Like she just gets stuck. And this is she's talking to Goody. I like so whenever Goody comes up, like again, Jenna is killing it on the Goody side of it, the Wednesday side of it, because she's doing all these different voices, these different inflections she has to do with her voice, the way she's talking, and having to be monotone the entire time when she's doing it. It's kind of crazy as well. And Goody was saying, she asked her how she can help her to control her visions. And she was like, well, there's no controlling a raging river. You must learn to navigate it without drowning. And she was like, do you always speak in riddles? She's like, do you always seek simple answers? And I like how they, will play off each other, or she plays off of herself in these scenes.
I'm not gonna lie, Jason. I had that entire quote. I got a bunch of quotes in my notes, and I'm just like, if Jason say every single quote that I got written down, I am going to be pissed. Like,
and then I guess we don't see when she wakes up, but she's back in her room and eating it. They're doing she's giving the birthday gifts to her. The family gives her a taxidermy kit, basically where she operates on animals, which
squirrels,
which one that goes back to what the therapist does, which she kind of was talking about her for doing it, but she does it as well. Two,
hypocrite.
Jenna used to operate on dead animals in her backyard.
The fuck?
The actual actress, like the real person?
Yeah.
So she was on some Dahmer's type of stuff?
I don't know about that, but that's what she said. She used to do that.
The beginning of the stages, Dahmer was fucking with animals.
Yeah.
I hope Jenna's okay.
It's a little concerning. And when they say fun facts. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
That wasn't fun.
And she says and then Amy gives her a snood, gives her a black snood. Which you like this scarf, this snood, Jazz?
I thought it was cute. It had good intentions, but Wednesday was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna wear it right now. Maybe at a funeral or at some type of really dark event, which is foreshadowing if you think about it, but I'm not gonna get there yet. I'm gonna say
a lot of stuff in here was, it's kind of like they lay the seeds early, like when the show begins, and you don't really know how much. If you go back and watch, you'll be like, oh, so that's what this is for.
Yeah.
Or oh, that's why they tried to make this. Why that was even here. We go ahead and Jazz.
Oh, that's all I have.
So yeah, okay, gotcha. So the next thing we have a lot of pettiness, I guess, between you have the Weems and the mayor. Their standoff, basically trying to blame the other for what's been going on over the course of this period between the school. Then you see Wednesday. Xavier runs up on Wednesday. What do you think about this scene, Jazz?
Man, she just minding her business. Like, she just looking at the burnt grass, and here come Xavier. And she's just like, didn't realize we was on speaking terms. And then she was, or no, wait, is that what Wednesday said? And then Wednesday was just like, no, because he said, well, I showed up to your surprise party.
Right, that should have been, yeah.
Do you not remember I passed out at that party? Like, what? And then she was just like, who said I was ready to even speak to you? She was saying all of this wild stuff to him. I loved every bit of it.
I bet you did. It's evil. But look, man. Hey, look. But look though. Hey, when they went into the crypt, Xavier popped out first.
Yeah,
bro, we're not even cool, bro. What you doing?
Jason, that's how you know your hoes love you if they show up to your surprise party when y'all not even on good terms. They the first ones there. No, I don't live that lifestyle, but I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, you sound real familiar with these situations. I just want to make sure.
I'm supposed to make it sound real. I'm supposed to make it sound real.
You're supposed to make it, but now you're killing the illusion. You should have kept going. I was gonna ask you how did you handle this situation when your hoe popped up first? Like, surprise.
Look, I'd be like, whoa.
They gave you the address?
How did you get the invite? Oh, I made him. Oh.
Hey, Jazz pulls somebody to the side like, who invited him?
Man's killing the vibes. Get him out of here.
Don't do that.
But then the fact that Xavier, like, she gave him all those bars and he still said, well, when you ready, you need some help, you know where I'm at. To where he even left the door, like Chris said, he left the window open. So if she still needed to get in, she had access. It's crazy. And he walked away semi-mad. But Wednesday knew, like, look, if I call him, or actually she'll show up because she ain't got no cell phone, he gonna help her. Damn.
I mean,
yeah, this when I started to not be as suspicious of Xavier, because I was like, y'all trying way too hard to make it seem like
whenever the person they try to overly make seem their way, it's never them. It's never
except for Billy, but
that's true.
They pushed that in our face, man.
But look now, if you look, I have a conversation at the end of this. We'll get there. Lucas is at the school.
Jason, I'm trying to have conversations. What's wrong with you?
I cannot stand Lucas. Oh my
Lucas
God.
is at the school. He his dad is making him, because of the incident at the dance, is making him volunteer at the school. Now, Lucas wasn't the greatest character, but I do like this scene between him and Bianca. And it may just be because it was black on black love. I don't know. But it felt more natural. His whole swag turned up. He wasn't, the way he talked to Enid, it was not the same. When he talked to Enid, it was not the same. His hairline changed. I feel like his fro was a little crispier.
He ain't go to Supercuts that week.
Hey, look, his swag, his shoulder was a little looser. Man, he had to look, she stopped him because she seen one of the wristbands that she was familiar with because she was within this crew.
It's a cult, Jason. It's a cult. And her mother is in that cult.
They in this crew. And they take it, and they've been taking these gentlemen's money. I don't know what they're gonna take from Lucas, but hey, the mama working on it. What did y'all think about this conversation between Lucas and Bianca?
I feel like at the beginning, at the beginning of the series, they kind of hinted at Bianca being a villain. But as we see when we got more of Bianca, she's not the villain at all whatsoever. And we see a lot of scenes of her being vulnerable because we saw a few when she was talking to Wednesday at the dance. And so with her speaking to Lucas, like, you shouldn't wear that bracelet. Like, just, they're not good for you. And then she realized, I don't want to be like my mother. And so it made you like, oh, okay, I kind of rock with Bianca. Like, because outside of the fencing scene, which I enjoyed the fencing scene, I was just like, but, I'm like, strong Black sister, and she don't take no BS. I'm a root for her anyway. But it definitely showed a really good side of her. I like their interaction. I can't stand Lucas, and I don't trust him. I was just like, if he do something to Bianca, we gotta burn his house down. So
yeah, I like that too. And like Jazz said, Bianca's character development was dope. And I like how they didn't show much of that dynamic of why, because like you mentioned her mom. So that brought up in the last episode, but you saw, C's planning. Even when she was talking to Xavier, she sort of had a little bit of a moment of vulnerability, which, they used to date, and she sort of, said what she said about that. So I like how they do it. This is slow burn, and, you have 8 episodes to do it. And, things like that are always interesting. It's a very well written TV show. I would say that. Yeah. So I like that part.
What'd you think about them, Jason? That little flirting that they were doing?
I'm rocking with it. I liked it. Like I said, I didn't like Lucas' character. I like Bianca's character.
Me too.
The way they painted it, it looked like she was opposing Wednesday, but she's the likable person, the popular girl versus the new outcast coming to the school. It's always going to be a little bit of a rift within that, especially if y'all opposing. And Wednesday came in just automatically attacking her. So yeah, she was definitely the antagonist here. Wednesday is visiting. Wednesday is visiting Eugene, so we see the human in her is beginning to come out. Although we see it when she's with Enid as well, but Eugene was one of the first people she kind of drew to. But if you just, without her even saying it, you can feel that Pugsley vibe off of him anyway, and she's just pretty much telling him everything that's been going on, which he's in a coma, so he's not responding. She's just talking, but the therapist in the room as his conversation, and she's just, everybody in this is just be popping up, just like no pitter patter or nothing.
Like, hey, it's me.
No, nothing. They just in the room everywhere. Like only the people can hear Thane walking for some reason. So this, like I said, the conversation that they had, I don't know. I like the therapist. I really do enjoy the therapist. The role that she was playing, and she was like, I didn't come here for no free therapy session. She's like, consider the birthday present for me. Hey, you have a nice one. Every time she get Wednesday in check.
She does. She's not intimidated by Wednesday at all. How did y'all feel about the Wednesday birthday flashback of Wednesday talking about her different birthdays that she had?
Oh yeah, that was fire. I like it.
Was cool, but it was very disturbing. Like, fire is a word.
I mean, it was expected. It was expected. It definitely had gave me some Nightmare Before Christmas vibes.
Of course, Tim Burton. Like, he loves throwing spiders and shit. Because I'm sitting here like, I wouldn't go to Wednesday's birthday party anyway. I don't care if she's 9
that was
or 18.
Crazy.
Yo, how do you have a pinata full of spiders? I would have fought her so bad. I'm like, bitch, what? Like, I'm like, yo.
Yeah,
what is this?
Not just when the elbow drop.
Yeah, that's messed up though. You expect the candy to drop out? It's just like a bunch of That's gaslighting. That's gaslighting.
Which part?
I don't know. You did something, nigga. It's in there somewhere.
It is.
That's bull. That's bull.
Hey, replay it. You'll see it.
Yeah, exactly. Replay the episode. Run it back, Turbo. You'll see it.
Nah, that's bull. That's bull. That is bull. So the mayor he's looking into the Gates family. He's began to look into the Gates family. He's ordered a death certificate for the last living relative that was there. While this is happening, Wednesday is at the weather vane. She's at the weather vane. She's talking to Tyler. Tyler gives her, I always give her a little free coffee. He's landing on thick. Tyler's landing on thick. He's trying to get in there. He's trying to get in there. He was like, and I like, this is a bar too. I know it's in your notes, Jazz. Before I run it off.
Go ahead. It is, but go ahead.
And he was like, you don't like a day about you? He was like, every day is about me. This one just comes with a cake and a bad song.
That was a bar.
It was.
And he asked her about going out. He said he asked her, can he take her out? And she was like, I'm kind of busy. He was like, busy? He's like, with term paper? He was like, yeah. About whitewashing the sins of our past will kill us all. And he was like, oh, she just left it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the dad walks in. He was like, "Don't you have we've buried the hatchet." Leave me say, "I don't bury hatchets. I sharpen them." Like she has a retort.
Yeah, for everything.
Everything that gets said, she gonna say something back. And then she's trying to figure out what that place was, because Goody showed her in her vision what the Gates mansion was, but she didn't know, and nobody seemed to know what it was. Which, like I said, this is one of those scenes, if you look at the first time, you don't really pay attention to it. If you look at the second time, you kind of see how people are reacting to things that they're seeing. You just like, okay, that's why they kind of, all right. So she goes to Xavier.
Of course.
She goes to Xavier to ask him, does he know about it? And of course, Thing pops up, and Thing ain't got no eyes. Thing, I don't understand anything that Thing does, but he pulls the cape and he sees his Wednesday on there. And would this be an acceptable picture for you, Jazz?
What?
Wait, time. There we go. All right, so what if it was you in your Spider-Man costume saying pew pew?
Pew pew.
Yo. First off, if it's a fire picture, I'll be like, damn, he's skilled. But if it's somebody that's in the friend zone anyway, I'm be like, yo, you mad creepy. Is that wrong?
No, it's not. I mean, a person drawing. So when y'all were in school, did y'all ever have crushes that y'all never actually spoke to?
Never spoke to?
I spoke to all my crushes, but I never told them that I had a crush.
Right, I've had that, but
so that's what I mean. Have y'all ever wrote their name on paper? Like me and this person, or
of course, Jason. When I was
when you do like the initials and the heart inside.
Yeah.
Probably.
So just like some confusing. Has any of it ever been picked up by somebody?
I remember third grade. Me and this girl was passing a love letter, and the teacher saw it and took it and read it in front of the whole class.
What did it say, Chris?
I don't remember what it said, but I was embarrassed. I don't even think I talked to the girl after that. I was super embarrassed.
Dang, bro.
That's your
villain origin story right there.
That's my villain origin story. Yeah, that was elementary school was funny.
I don't think I've ever done that. Like, I had one of my little first grade girlfriend. She wrote me a letter she breaking up with me because I was kicking it with the new student. And I'm like,
hold on, I got a question.
Bro, they used to break up with anything.
Wait. Let me go back to Jason first. You said one of your first grade girlfriends. My nigga, how many did you have?
Jason it up on the playground. He tried like he froze.
Hey, Jason.
Nah, buddy.
I can see Jason having all the little girls pushing him on the swing and shit, down the line, this little.
You want my juice box, Jason?
Man, that was some crazy times. Great. Outside of that, I think I was in high school and somebody took the girl's phone and read the text message out. It was just that's kind of crazy.
I ain't ever get caught up like that. I wasn't writing nothing down. I was too shy to even tell my crush that I had a crush. I waited until he graduated. And I was like,
So you was one of them niggas.
By the
Jazz
way,
is a nigga.
yeah,
Jazz is a nigga. That's what
I've
niggas be
always
doing.
liked you.
well, no. Okay, hold on.
Jazz would
clear that
message
up.
him on Facebook, like,
Nah.
by the way,
No,
she
so
poked him. Jazz definitely poked him to get their attention so she could be like, I liked you in middle school. Why didn't we?
Chris, relax. Not you bringing back the poke on Facebook. No.
Bruh. Oh my God.
So
Jazz active on Facebook
No.
during the poke area is wild.
my nigga, relax. You were like 2 years younger than me. But no, I was never like I always had a crush on you. It was more so we was chatting and then they were just like, yeah, I used to feel you in school. I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't say nothing, nigga, because I had a crush on you too. So it was like neither one of us pursued it. See what happened? So it's just like, you got a crush, just let them know, y'all. Because they might be feeling you too. And that's my TED talk or my jazz talk.
Got you.
I remember this girl broke up with me in like second grade. I was happy because she was like, okay, we go together now. I was like, okay, cool. And then I'm in the library talking to my friend, and I'm like, yeah, that's my girl, whatever. And then she came over and he was like, that's your boyfriend? And she said no, and just kept walking. I'm like, we didn't talk about it. Like, she just I always remember that. I was stuck. Yeah, that sucks. Elementary school was rough.
How's she doing today?
I don't know.
How's she doing today?
I really don't. I hope her Christmas, I hope she didn't get no gift cards.
Damn, Chris.
New Year's, I hope she missed the ball drop. Hope she fell asleep. Like all that.
I missed the ball drop.
Oh.
Well,
anything mildly inconvenienced, I hope all of that happened.
hope she kick her toe.
Yeah. But it's
Hold on, not the feet. All right.
Her resolutions ended already.
So while we in this room, like I said, Thing reveals this picture, and Wednesday is just like, oh, what the world's going on? And he allowed, his, because I really don't know what his power is. Hopefully they get into it, and they don't really explain who his dad is neither. We just know he's somebody of very, very important. He's just a very important person because he doesn't pop up. And then, like I said, the violin happens, and then she leaves. Like, she just leaves out, right? Upset.
Well, it wasn't upset. She suspects him. And you bringing pictures to life that you drew of me, that's creepy as shit. So, like, that's not cute unless we were together. But I was just like, Xavier, you're not selling this at all. You're pushing her further away, bringing pictures of her to life. But he dropped some bars because he was just like, when I see you like this, this is what I really feel like you are when you were doing your music. But she was just like, you still a creep. So yeah, he was just like, feels like this is the only time I can see the real you. Sir, what? Like, can you imagine somebody? Yeah, I don't know. Then we see Bianca is at the coffee shop. Yeah. And so she's about to leave because she's waiting on Lucas. She put herself out there again, y'all. I want better for her. I want better for Bianca. And so we see that Tyler brings Wednesday's scarf that Enid made for her. And so this is one of those things to where he's just like, I know that y'all go to school together. Here's a scarf. And the scarf was able to make its way back to Wednesday. So it didn't even though it seemed like her and Wednesday were at the odds, like Bianca didn't really see Wednesday as an enemy. I think she just saw her as like mild competition. So, which I really appreciated their development as the show went on.
Yeah.
But where are we at? So
I'm catching the cramp. That's who we at. I know that. I know that threw you off. I don't know where it came. I've been fighting for 10 minutes.
I was trying to keep going.
Jason got him like, he was probably thinking, keep talking, Jazz, keep talking. Jason probably said, keep talking, Jazz.
Oh my goodness, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, woo. All right, so woo, get it together, my brother, get it together. So we then see Wednesday arrive to the house that Goody showed her in one of the visions. And so Wednesday's about to walk into the house and she sees somebody about to come out, and it's the mayor. And so Wednesday jumps in the bushes really fast because duh, why not? So the mayor is on the phone with somebody. He's just like, let's meet up at what's the coffee spot?
The weather vane.
The weather vane. And so Wednesday is just like, okay, I'm not gonna go into the house. I'm gonna follow the mayor.
Right.
He's like, Thing, I need you to distract him. So Thing is just throwing out pebbles. Wednesday somehow gets in the trunk.
Yeah, you suspend belief. It's okay though.
I know. I was just like, wait.
To be fair, a lot of new cars, it's easy to get into them. Like it's not like
Jason.
Like you don't need a key if the door is unlocked.
You speaking from experience? Sound like Jason.
You be jumping in people's trunks?
Y'all might keep getting cramps. He curled up in the trunks all the time. That's why I keep catching cramps.
Jason, I want better for you, my brother. Please get out of people's trunks. But I'm just sitting here like, okay, you're on the phone, but how do you not see in your peripheral? You are a black man in the middle of nowhere and your car is parked on the side of the road. I'm sorry.
Pilgrim.
He's a pilgrim. Okay, this is true. So, of course, he doesn't have his black spidey senses. Got it. So he doesn't see Wednesday get into his trunk, pop it, get in, and then close it. Waits. Actually, before she closes it, she waits for Thing to get in, and then they go back into town. I was just looking at the scene. I was just like, all right, y'all. Okay. And then I'm wondering, how the hell long did it take Wednesday to even get out there? Because she ain't got no scooter. She ain't got no skates. She ain't got no bicycle. She just walking.
Walk. I don't know. But, like I said, sometimes you suspend belief. You good, Jason?
I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I got you. So then we get back into town. Chris, what did you think about this scene when the mayor parked? He's outside of the coffee spot.
So I figured something was gonna happen. I didn't know what. And like you said, this is all over the place. Everyone's a suspect, blah, blah, blah. I never suspected the mayor to be involved in the monster. You know, I didn't expect him. I just thought he was, him and Wednesday, they did their whole thing because of money. But this scene was surprising. It reminded me, you seen that, I don't know what the movie is called, but like, who is the actor? Is it Brad Pitt? And he's walking across the street and he gets hit by the car because he keeps looking back at the lady. I'll post it later. But that's what it reminded me of when he got hit by a car. Do you know what movie I'm talking about? When I see it, Jazz will be like, "Oh, this." I feel like Jason.
Give me too much details.
So he's walking, like I don't know if it's a romance movie or like a parody, but he's walking, and him and the woman keep looking back at each other, like I don't want to leave, but I'm gonna keep walking. And then as he's walking, he gets hit by the car, and it's like a funny way that he bounces, and I can't explain.
Does he die?
No, he doesn't die. I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Okay, I'll be interested in seeing what you. I'll be interested in seeing what movie this was that you seen.
Yeah. No, I didn't see the movie. I just saw the meme.
Oh, okay, got you. So the mayor gets hit by the car. Sheriff Gilpin, he's upset, visibly upset when he runs out. But I'm assuming he's seen Wednesday hop out the trunk when this is happening.
He hates Wednesday.
He's investigating her. He was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. I want a real story now. What were you doing hopping out that trunk? I seen something important. I seen him tell you something, and I jumped in the car whenever it happened. That's the end of the story." He said, but clearly, he was onto something because he got hit. Don't tell that's not a coincidence. He got hit in the midst of coming up here to tell you something of importance. And this is why I was saying, like, they just, I don't know, is I mean, I get it story-wise, but like there was a better way to do that. Am I tripping?
What you mean?
Like he still, I mean, I guess because his whole thing was he hate Wednesday so much, he just didn't care about what she was really, like what she's saying, what he's telling her. Like, bruh, it's clear as day something's going on behind the scenes, and y'all keep trying to fault Wednesday for it, but it's like something else is at play here.
Yeah, I think he's so stuck on believing that she had something to do with it that he suspends all logic of everything else, and he's just like, I'm gonna catch Wednesday. So maybe that's what they were going for.
But hold on, I honestly feel like the sheriff knew exactly what was going on, but he just needed more proof to figure out if his suspicions were accurate.
I can see
Yeah.
that. I can see that too, based on
I think that's what it was, because I think
based on that
he
one saying.
knew like Wednesday was providing him good information. It's something where he had to see it for himself, not from her, for him to believe it, because of course the whole animosity against her father and everything, and how you have a 16-year-old bringing more evidence and more proof than you are able to get, and you're the sheriff of this town. So it could have been an ego thing, and we realized he's not really that good of a father anyway, because he need to get a few issues figured out. Like,
I don't know. So when it comes to him, well, him being a good father or not, I don't know if it was that or if it was like the whole thing of the acceptance of everything. And that's why I was saying more so that goes into the end of the series. I feel like it was just him accepting the death of his wife, who his wife was, and what was actually transpiring, and him trying to push what really was happening off to somebody. So he had to be like, it's not that, it's her.
Okay,
it's
I
not
see.
it's not that, it's him. It's not that. I'm going
It's
to
denial,
like,
basically.
yeah, but yeah,
right,
he was in the denial state the entire time. So if something made sense to him, I'm riding with that. It's not going to be this, because this is.
Do you think, like, even when he saw those pictures in the woods, he saw the monster? So it wasn't a situation of like, I've never seen this thing before, because obviously you've come across this before, but he just didn't want to believe it.
Yeah,
and
that's what it was.
And I'm just sitting here like, bruh, like, you was knocking boots with one, like you married one, so you know what that motherfucker flip out to. So I think he knew more than he was letting on. But like you said, Chris, like the denial, he didn't want to believe it. And then I think Wednesday was peeling back more of it, like an onion, peeling it back. And he just could not ignore it anymore. It's just like, the more she peeled back, the more I feel like he started to realize exactly who it was. So maybe I'm giving him too much credit, but when I was doing the rewatch, I was just like looking at his mannerisms and his behavior. I was just like, yeah. Never trusted him though, but
and then she makes it back to the school campus. And Thorman Stonehill, which is played by Christina Ricci, comes to the room and asks, just checks on her, and sees how was she. She tells her that was on her bucket list of things to see. I'm just like, okay, here you go, Wednesday, being more morbid. And she gives her the book, Frankenstein, by Mary Shelley. Have any of y'all ever read that?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, I feel like there was required reading, in high school.
Read it?
No, I didn't read too many books. I didn't read too many books in high school.
It wasn't required?
It was required, just not for him.
There we go. There we go. We in the same book. And she was saying, one of the things that Mary Shelley wrote, because she felt as if this is what put Thornhill on my list of people to watch out for, because it was like she was trying to throw her off the trail or put on a different type of thing. And she was like, did you do this yourself under your own guise, or did Miss Weems tell you to come in here with this? And she was like, Mary Shelley, no man chooses evil because it's evil. He only mistakes it for happiness, for the good he seeks. Namor. It's right there.
Ooh, Jason. Ooh. Go ahead, my bad. I was thinking of Namor, and I was just like, what Chris gonna say?
Nothing. When we said it on the bonus episode, y'all ain't saying nothing. So I spoke my piece.
Wait, I spoke my piece too. Don't act like I was quiet. I spoke.
I ain't say that. I just got you out of here.
Wow. Actually, we not here for that.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is bait. It's fine, sis.
But yeah, what is saying? Well, what happened?
This is funny how it triggered Jeff.
in 4K.
And Quincy, she tells it, I already have a therapist and a mom. I don't need nobody else trying to help me or assist me with anything else. You can, go on about your business. I got this, player.
Pretty much.
And she reconsiders Tyler's offer for this date, air quote, that he has. And then she takes Enid as well. So she pretty much set up. She's pretty much using all these different people because we know she don't have a car. She basically like Tariq on a power. I don't know how she get.
This scene was funny because they were so confused. Because I was like, I thought this is a date. And I thought this is girls' night. Wednesday, like, nah, Jan.
Which brings a very great question. If you bring your man to girls' night, how is that going? No,
we are not doing that. Like, no.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure. Scratch that on my notes real quick.
Yeah, scratch that off.
You tried it, bro. You tried it.
Yeah, don't try it again.
So they go out to the Gates mansion. When they go inside, they begin to start seeing pretty much every piece of evidence is inside this house. Right now, they see the body parts that's been being removed from the different bodies at the mortuary. They go to a room. There's some flowers in there. Basically, a well-kept room. Somebody's sleeping in here.
Sleeping in this room. Spiders. Wasn't no spider webs in that bitch. None of that.
Exactly.
They pledged that entire room down.
Exactly. But also, not the mayor. Was it the mayor that did it? Well, the mayor, remember, he said he was receiving phone calls that the lights were being turned on at their house.
Yes.
And they kept on being house. So he kept on getting phone calls about lights being turned on. So we know somebody is there. And then, of course, Tyler gets attacked. We don't see the attack, but we hear the attack that's going on. Enid. Go ahead, Jason. No, you got it.
I was going to say, we see the vehicle, and then we see the music box that had the initials of the daughter that died 25 years ago, earlier. So, and we see Wednesday put that in her bag. And then that's like what you were saying, Tyler. He has a scratch on his chest, and everybody just goes find him, and he's just bleeding out. And then we see who pops up, Chris?
Xavier. Yep. This is when I said he's not it, because that was just too on the nose. I was just like, come on. But I thought it was funny too, because he only had one scratch where we see Eugene and Rowan. That was his name, right?
Yeah.
The first guy, they got scratched up multiple times. So I was just kind of like, But yeah, Xavier, that was way too on the nose. I was just like, come on.
Did you suspect Tyler at that moment?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's always very convenient that these people are just right there.
Yeah, Xavier, yeah.
Would y'all have gone back? Like after her and Enid left the house and Enid's like, where you going? She's like, we gotta go get Tyler. Would y'all have gone back to go save him?
Yeah, every man or woman for herself at that point.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Chris?
No. The coffee ain't that good. You can find somebody else. Sorry, buddy.
So let me ask y'all this, because I've had this conversation before. If it's a zombie apocalypse and y'all are running from zombies, but the zombies are not, fuck that. The zombies are running as well, and you're in a group, and somebody in your group twists their ankle. Are you gonna try to help them, or are you just gonna leave them for dead?
It depends on who they are. But you seen that Walking Dead episode with Shane?
When Shane shot the guy.
Yeah. Hey man. Hey man. Sorry.
So Chris, you would shoot one of the people.
I said that's what Shane did. I didn't say I was gonna shoot.
But I'm asking, is that what you would do?
Situation calls for what it calls for. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jason, you gonna be in Chris' group?
Hey, look, it's gonna be we gonna see what happens. I don't have a problem being in the group. We're gonna see what happens though.
Jason gonna try to outrun Chris, and Chris gonna be like, "Oh hell no!" Just shoot Jason in the leg.
Hey, this messed up. This messed up.
This for all those wheelchair jokes.
I remember every single one.
Let me see. So then, like I said, they go back to the school. Wednesday gets in trouble again. Her and Weems, they have this it wasn't really a back and forth this time because Wednesday was just all the way in the wrong. And she was saying you are basically at the point of expulsion. So you're gonna have to you gotta stop. This is it. Like you gotta walk on the tightrope moving forward. There are no more chances. There's no more this. There's no more that. And she, please, I'll just make sure that Enid doesn't get in trouble. And she was like, for somebody that don't want to make friends, you should have a lot of people you're trying to save. And she was like, this is the last chance. And then she goes back to the room, and this is when her and Enid have their fallout. Enid pretty much says that she's been using her. She uses anybody. What do y'all think about this ending scene here?
It was sad. Because Enid was like, she was really, I won't say the only person, but the main person who was really like, I still accept you because, like who you are. Like, when she was saying, they say she was like a serial killer vibes. And she was like, no, she's just shy, like stuff like that. She really cared about Wednesday. And Wednesday, you could tell Wednesday cared too, but it's just not in her character to just be like, oh, come back. So it was sad. You knew it wouldn't last, but that episode, it was just like.
Yeah, I think it was important. Like Enid told her about herself.
Yeah.
She was like, you don't care about anybody but yourself. Like we could have died. Like this monster has been killing people in the town.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, we're one step closer. She's just like, bitch, I almost died. I'm not trying to die. I'm 16. Mm-hmm. So in Wednesday, it's just like, but you survived. It's like that meme, like, but did you die?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Almost, nigga. Like, I don't like what's going on. So it's just like Wednesday. Read the room, just apologize. But I'm glad that Enid stood up to her. And so, like you said, Wednesday's just trying to be hard, act like it doesn't faze her.
Yeah.
But we see that it does.
Yeah. Like you said, she needed to be told about herself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's a true friend because she told her about herself. She wasn't just going to let her, that's a true friend. So I like Enid the whole time. I was glad, we didn't get any twist with Enid. I liked her character a lot.
I did too. What about you, Jason?
Yeah. Like I said, honestly, it started here is when they started to give you the Enid possibility, but I'm glad it wasn't with her at all within this one. But I think that's the end of episode 6. Did y'all have anything within this one that y'all wanted to address or touch on?
We did see after Enid left, Wednesday's alone in the room, and so Wednesday has the jewelry box or the music box that she got from the house, and then it was like a trap door under the music box is pictures of Wednesday. So Wednesday's trying to think about like, wait a minute, what's going on? And these are new pictures. So obviously the person, whoever was staying at the house, has been watching Wednesday, and they got really good angles because they got her when she was playing her instrument. Yeah. So I'm just like, damn, like you might need a silent photographer. Shout out to you. But then we see that somebody is in the hospital room of the mayor.
Right.
And they pulled one of his cords of the machine.
Yeah.
Which he's out of here. So I guess that means Lucas owns Pilgrim World. Maybe.
I mean, if it goes to the next line of succession, sure.
Yeah. But if his will don't say Lucas, then they probably gonna sell that shit.
He don't need to know it. He need to keep them funds though. Keep them funds.
But that might help Bianca get some revenue in. I'm just saying. Oh no? Okay.
No. But we will go into episode 7 since Jazz is here. If you don't woe me by now.
Hey. You would never ever woe me. Yo, album dropping next summer. Like
you and your bag, I got you. I'm with
it. Episode 7, man. This one, it kind of opens up on a glimpse, upset mood. Me and my daughter, we watching it, and Wednesday, she said, she's been into funerals, but she's been crashing funerals since she was able to read the obituary. So it was kind of sad at first, and it's like, but they just start flashing across all the different suspects. So now we're getting to the act 3. We closing it up. Hey, these are the people you got. This is what's going to happen. And then you see Wednesday looks over and she sees somebody just strike out running. And then she started chasing a mid-funeral. Like, the first off, somebody should have tripped her. Like, what? Why are you running in the middle of a funeral?
Wait.
Why should they trip her?
Why? Somebody should have tripped her.
Why is she running in the middle of a funeral?
If somebody start running a funeral, I'm running too. I'm not going to think about tripping them.
Yeah, you know it's a kill on the loose. Well, yeah, that too. But
just tripping somebody that's running. But I do want to say,
kinda...
I do want to mention in this funeral scene, it was raining hard as shit outside.
Mm-hmm.
Why was the only 2 black people the only ones that did not have an umbrella? And Lucas's mama was natural. Just for anybody who doesn't know, natural.
Did Bianca
hair,
have an umbrella too?
You said Bianca. Everybody had an umbrella except for Lucas and his mom. So the rain was coming down on them, and I'm sitting here like, sis, ain't no way you gonna sit in the rain without an umbrella at your husband's funeral. What the fuck is this? And like they were soaking wet, and I was just like, oh, this was not. No.
I remember this part because the actor for Lucas, he didn't do a good job of like looking kind of crying. He made like a funny face when it panned to Bianca and then Lucas. I kind of was like,
because he had damn rain in his eyes. He didn't know what to do. Like, where's the umbrella?
He didn't look like he was crying. Yeah, that's how I was.
Everybody have an umbrella except for Lucas and his mom.
He was carrying the casket. I don't know what to tell you.
No, he wasn't. That motherfucker is 16 years old. He ain't carrying no casket. Look, I hated this scene because I'm sitting here like, sis, all her hair looking a mess, and she was natural. So I'm just like, she got to go home and retwist that shit. I was just, yeah. But back to who we see in the woods running with Wednesday. I just had to call that out because I'm sitting here like, Tim, where is their umbrella?
I wouldn't expect Tim to understand, the perils of Black women's hair.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The signs are there, Jay. You don't want to see it, but the signs are there. But it's okay. Shout out to Tim.
If I could drop the Bird Box gift right now, like,
you sent your Bullock to it, huh? Man, so she's running, and my daughter's like, she said, "How did it go from raining that hard to it's like sunny now?" And I was like, "Baby, I said God is real." That's all I had for her, because I didn't have an answer for why I went from storming to just a regular day to whenever they made it in the middle of the forest.
Was the sun out?
Yes.
So you know how in certain areas where I've been, born and raised in the South, there's times where it could be raining in one spot and then
it can rain across the street. It can rain across the street. Just be looking.
Because anytime if it's raining with the sun out, they say, "Oh, the devil beating his wife." Y'all ever heard that before?
The devil's married? Wait, what? What happened?
That's a saying. That's a saying.
I've never heard that. That's definitely down south. I never heard
that. Anytime it rains with the sun out, it's just like, oh, the devil beating his wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Be beating her ass a lot in Florida, but
Florida weather is weird.
Jazz ain't stuff, man. Jazz ain't nothing. But we get Fester. We get the Fester portrayal. Of course, the last one. Man, I can't. Kristopher. It's Kristopher what? Walker? Is that his name? Kristopher
Walken?
Was it?
No.
No, it was. That was an Addams Family Value. Christopher Walken. That was in Back to the Future.
He was in Back to the Future.
Shit, I didn't even connect those two.
So I like the callback. He said, me and Dad, we always do stuff like that. I used to hold a knife in my mouth, and I used to stand over the bed and drop on top of him, like as a way to scare him. And that was something that he did in that. In that one. What did you? So I don't know about Chris because he said he don't really have knowledge. But what did you think about this portrayal of Fester, Jazz?
I liked it. I didn't see any issue with Fester at all in this movie. It gave me the Fester vibes that I would have expected. So him meeting Wednesday is just telling him like, okay, I know somewhere where you can stay for a few days, because obviously he was on the run because he had just did a job. We don't know what that job is, but with Uncle Fester, we don't ask questions. We just provide solutions. So he's in Eugene's honeybee shack. And Wednesday is just like, look, don't eat none of the bees. because Fester's just like trying to get some of the bees, and she just like, no, don't do that. These are Eugene's children. And we see in the later episodes, she was very literal when she said that. And she was basically going to try to see if she can get some information like from Fester to help her figure out the monster. Because at this point, oh no, she heard about the diary, because it was a diary. Jason, do you remember whose diary it was that they were going to go see or try to go get?
I do not. I don't. I don't. I remember. I don't remember which guy it was. I want to say it was because where they got the diary from. That was it right there. You
Right.
said you. I feel like it was.
I'm sorry to cut you off. At this scene, did it that she showed Fester some of the drawings that Xavier did, and then Fester was able to realize like, oh, that's a hide. It was in that scene, right, to where she was just like that he was a hide, so she needed to get more information because Fester has been in situations where he's come across a hide before, which we realize what the monster is now, which I thought was pretty cool because Jekyll and Hyde. So, and it made sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So he had. So we had. So that. I mean. So that. I don't. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the old Fester. Know if he had all that kind of knowledge. Because dude was just like he just had a book of knowledge of everything. He just sucking everything up, absorbing it, and just getting it. And then we had, like I said, we have another scene with Wednesday and Enid. Enid is keep coming back into the room, keep coming. And Wednesday's like, you done came here like 3 times. Like, why do what's going on? And having another little cat fight between them. And then this is when Wednesday she runs into Xavier. And this is when they inside the Nightshade room. What did y'all think about this scene with Xavier and Wednesday?
I'm kind of sick of Xavier at this point.
Yeah.
He's just I don't know if it was like they was trying too hard to make him seem like he was not even a monster at this point, just like has something to do with it or what it was. But I wanted to go back to the Enid and Wednesday scene when they were talking, and just like I talked about the last episode where you could see how they really, Enid was a true friend. And even though they was, on the outs and she was talking about moving in with another roommate, you could still see how much she actually cared about Wednesday because she kept coming back. And even she said something like, I'll let you have your solitude back. And Wednesday was like, it's not solitude if you're still here, something like that when she slammed the door. So I like that whole dynamic. But Xavier, I'm sick of Xavier at this point. Truthfully, like, because they just trying so hard to make him seem like he's he's like the monster or whatever they're trying to do. And
his timing of always popping up is very suspicious, but it also is very convenient. Because like when Wednesday basically laid out like all of this stuff, and he's just like, well, if you think I'm the monster, why wouldn't I kill you?
Yeah.
And she's just like, for some strange reason, you feeling me. Paraphrasing, of course. But
yeah, that's what she did.
And he's just like, what's the light? And then he just leaves. And here go Fester in the dark shadows over here. It's like, woo! The tension is thick, y'all. I feel like if this show was like for adults, Fester would be like, y'all just need to go ahead and fucking get it over with.
I liked Fester though, because he kept doing that, like popping in and out. Because you saw it later at the diner too. I like Fester.
Yeah, shit. He was on the run, so he had to pop in and out.
Well, yeah, that's
he couldn't sit too fun. But this is another one of the funny scenes. He was like, "Who is it that I hear? I know them fingertips from anywhere." And it, Thing walk in, but Thing was pissed. Thing pulled up on him. He was like, "You can't get mad at me. You said you was gonna have it done in 5 minutes. We was sitting there."
25.
Yo, Thing was choking him out like crazy.
Did he have like this? Like he
did. He had his finger in his mouth, and Thing walks around on the finger. So it's just
bruh, man, disrespectful.
Hey, man.
Wednesday was just like, yo, stop all of that. We here for a reason. And so we see Thing getting into the safe, which is a similar job that Fester mentioned. It's just like, let's not do that same job all over again. And Thing is just like, let me work. And Thing was able to get into the safe. And so they were able to get the diary. So I definitely like their interaction for sure.
Yeah, no, that was a classic moment there between them two. And like I said, she does get she gets the diary. When they go back, so as she's in the room, she's trying to go through the diary. Thornhill comes in. The dorm mother, she comes into the room and sees that she's going to actually allow Enid to just leave. And she was like, "Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not here to really make friends. I'm here." She said, "You really gonna be that prideful? You just can't say you sorry for like the situation." But Wednesday, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. Like, and I
Wednesday
think that
was sorry to cut you off, Jason, but one of the quotes, Christina Ricci's character was just like, "Y'all were thick as thieves," and then Wednesday was like, "Thieves turn on each other too." It's like, damn, sis.
I seen it with my own eyes.
But it was funny
Yeah.
because her character could see past Wednesday's tough exterior.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, I feel like a lot as the show went on, a lot of characters were able to see through it. They was just like, I see you trying to push me away. I'm not gonna say who quoted that, but we see like a lot of those instances to where we like a few episodes ago, Wednesday was trying her hardest to get out of here. And then as we move on, we see Wednesday is trying everything to stay here. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And so they try to follow Tyler. She follows Tyler. Not Tyler. She follows Xavier. She follows Xavier, and she kind of confronts him about being the hide and what's going to happen. And they put a tracker on him. Man, that was a big ass. It looked like. Do you remember Snake on the Nokia phone?
Yeah.
That's what they looked like trying to follow him.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds wild. A Nokia phone.
Oh,
what?
You don't know what that is?
Jazz
I
had
feel
it
like
pretty.
she being facetious.
Jazz
I
got
get it. I would fake like I fake like I didn't know neither. So she's following. They're following, but they following him on his loud ass motorcycle. So I know he either he ain't got no foresight or he looking. He don't see that, but we find out Tyler is linking up with the therapist on the low. Which we kind of find out later why he's doing it that way, but he's linking up with the therapist. He tell her that I got a vision that you're gonna get killed.
I see that.
I think I didn't say it right. I said, yeah, he had a therapist gonna get killed. So she pretty much putting this all together. What's going on with this. Then we go run into Tyler. Tyler he trying to set up a date and set up a new date with Wednesday, but he ain't going for that BS that Wednesday be going. He said we going. He takes her to Crackson's crib. They love going to these dead spots. He goes and he got it's set up all nice. Got the lights in there. He said we're gonna watch a movie. This your vibe, Jazz, right? The vibes. He got the lights. He got a movie going for you. You got some of your snacks. Like you weren't feeling it?
They was in a crib. Hell no. What? I don't hang out in cribs. But if he got the lights and my favorite snacks and my favorite wine, oh yeah, of course. But
That's
not
love.
Legally Blonde though. Like I'm gonna be like, oh, you watch your fucking mind.
That movie fire. That's a fire movie. That's a fire movie.
I've never seen that movie before.
How you diss the movie? You never seen it?
I'm sorry, I'm not watching Legally Blonde with my dude. We're turning on a horror movie. But
that was
Legally Blonde's a good movie.
It was for Wednesday. Talking about for Jazz. Jazz ain't turning that on.
That's a solid. Would that be a romance flick? Somewhat.
Kind of. I don't think it was so much romance.
Coming of age.
Sure. Yeah, she was in college, so I give it.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the second one?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
Man, good movies. Me and Grandma used to watch them. I don't know who Chris watched them with, but I watched my grandma.
I think my mom.
Gotcha. I mean, there's some good, solid movies, man. And then we saw this is when Tyler, he puts his feelings on the line. He said, bump it. I don't care what you got to say, what you feel. Do it, Jazz. So you got to shoot your shot. He going to shoot the shot. He got the girl, but he's shooting it. And then they finally, about the kiss, and then of course the dad pop in. He, I ain't see y'all. Y'all didn't see me. Get this out of here.
Yeah.
Jason, how you pass through all the lines that was said in this scene?
What I don't, cause what was said? What was said? What was said that wooed you, Jazz?
Look, no, it didn't woo me. But
sure?
it was just stuff. She was just like, look. Well, no, first he was just like, I want to be more than friends. Mm-hmm. She's just like, I'm gonna put my interest before yours. So I'm letting you know my red flags off gate. And Tyler ignored those. I'm just saying. I guess if you love her enough, you'll ignore her red flags, even when she hasn't shown you any kind of interest at all whatsoever. But they was about to kiss, though.
What they say on BoJack Horseman? When you're looking at somebody through rose-colored glasses, you miss all the red flags. All the red flags just look like flags. Yeah.
Sure.
He know these ain't even red flags at this point. This boy just being he being stupid.
Yeah.
Good Jay talking about look at all the bars. Man, these ain't bars. This nigga know. He know what he doing.
Yeah. I mean, when she was just like, when he said, I want to be more than friends, she was just like, you'll snap out of it. And he said, don't discount my feelings. I was like, ooh, telling somebody not to discount your feelings? I'm sorry, that's a bar. Because he was in touch with his feelings. He just let Wednesday know, I want more than what this is. And Wednesday just sitting there like, maybe I want more too. So we realized he was playing her the whole time. See? Love is for suckers.
So before we get there, we do Wednesday. She leaves. She goes back to her room. And Thing has been stabbed. Thing has been stabbed and put up against the wall.
Did that happen? I thought that was late on in the episode.
That's what happened right after she left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because when she go back to the room, her room is trash, and she's like, "Man, what?" But if Enid was there,
I'm thinking of the nail polish scene. I was thinking of okay.
Yeah. So go back to the room. Room's trash. Thing is stuff up against the wall. Knife in him, and she, this is when Wednesday finally starts to break down because she's been trying to hold herself together.
Yeah.
And then Bester is able to resuscitate Thing with his electricity power, which is that's a pretty neat trick that he has. It would have been dope to see him use it as a power, not a power, but like as a weapon, as opposed to resuscitating. But it was dope to see him do that.
So use it against somebody and not save somebody
in a fight, because all the police coming after him, so it would have been dope to see him fighting some police or something. But it was nice to see how he used it. It was, he wasn't an over aggressive, I guess, although he was robbing banks, which is why he was on the run. What you say something, Chris?
I said, did y'all think Thing was gonna die?
Man, I hope not. I hoped not, because that wouldn't have been what's up.
I thought he was.
I didn't think so, but I was just like, but I need y'all to bring him back to life. Like when Fester was trying, and Fester was like, I don't think he gonna make it. I'm like, hold on now. Yeah.
She was like, try again.
You better make it.
Right. And then she was just like, Thing, I will kill you if you do not survive. And I'm just like, well, you can't double kill him, but I was like, they had a solid stabbing Thing. And then stab Thing in the back. Yeah. Cowards.
But her facial acting, that's the thing, right? That's what it's called. Facial acting was really good. When he was when he was using his powers on it, and like she wasn't like, you didn't see the tears fall, but you could see her eyes watering, I think. So that was really good.
She probably was ready to blink.
She did blink once. Well, I caught one blink when Tyler said something to her. He made her upset, and she blinked at the weather.
I caught one too.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, when she was at the weather vane, it wasn't that many, but at the weather vane, he said something. I was like, whenever she gets emotional, she started blinking. Mm-hmm. And then Lucas and them, they run into her and they give her the information that the dad had printed out, and it was the information on who Laurel Gates was and what was going on. And of course, misguided, Wednesday goes to Dr. Kimbot and accuses her of being Laurel. And this is the first time she rattled the therapist. The therapist hadn't been shaken by nothing that Wednesday said. And this time, I don't know if it was like if it was like you putting me in the line of sight of the issue now because of what you're saying. But that because of, she had been talking to Xavier. She goes to her. And then she gets killed. She goes into the room, she hears a sound, she tries to go into it. And she gets basically the picture that Xavier drew gets cut up. She gets killed. And Wednesday then uses this, which pisses her off, and she goes to not turn in, but she frames Xavier for this, and she just going and she just touching everything, no gloves or whatever. She just dropping all the evidence, in the room. In here, what y'all think about this?
I feel bad for Xavier at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, because it wasn't like, well, we saw later on when they're like, what are you talking about? It wasn't me. He was legit scared. Like, no, like, what are you talking about? And then I felt bad for Xavier. He annoyed me previous, but now I'm just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it was because like Wednesday, like earlier in that day, she accused the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 2 hours later, you find out the therapist was killed. And then you see the shot of her and Weems. And that was one of those shots I mentioned earlier in this episode of when they're together. You see it's a wide shot and you see how taller Weems is, even when both of the characters are sitting down. So I thought like the camera angles and everything was really good. But with this scene, I was just like, all right, ain't no way all of that is in his shack. Like, Xavier, you mean your non-locked shack, you just got all this shit just sitting out and you got these weird, creepy pictures? It's just like, when you think about it, it's like, he obviously wasn't trying to cover nothing up if he was the killer. So it's just like, it would have been too sloppy,
But Wednesday got her hands on all this stuff and just dropping it in his room. Here go Eugene glasses. Here go the necklace that Kimbot was wearing. Here go Rowan picture. Here go this. I'm like, oh, come on, Wednesday, you tripping.
Xavier just sitting like, where the hell all this shit come from? Like, I ain't never seen none of that before.
I ain't never seen that. That ain't mine. And then she goes back to her room. Eden is back. Eden is like, you almost got thing killed. I gotta look after y'all. You should go and talk. You should go talk. Talk to Tyler. She goes to the weather vane. She's talking to him, and she finally is accepting what's going on, what's happening.
Letting her guard down.
Yeah, they begin to kiss. My daughter, she closing her eyes because she like, this is nasty. And then they kiss, and like it is funny how her vision where they kiss like 3 or 4 times, and then boom, she kisses, and then she gets the vision. It's the vision of who killed Dr. Kimbot, and it was actually Tyler. It had the entire time he had been playing her. And we get the big reveal. Was this a reveal? Was this a good reveal for y'all? Did y'all everybody was a suspect, obviously, right. But did this actually work for y'all? Like, okay.
I liked it because well, for one, I like the vision that she had and the way that it showed Tyler like standing over and killing her. I thought that was dope. But then after the therapist died, I kind of suspected her, but at the same time, not too much. But it would have been like, oh, okay, like it made sense. But I like the reveal. I was cool with it. I hate Tyler, but but hey.
Yeah.
I think the reveal was good, but I also am sitting here like, okay, Tyler was aware that she has visions, right? Or correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't know.
I think I know Xavier did. I don't know if he did or not.
So, because I would say if Tyler was aware that she had visions, that was super bold for him to even go in and try to kiss her, because
that's a slip up. Yeah,
that's a really big slip up.
But then again, for him, their thing was for her to get it. Because remember when he was the next one, he kind of charged her up like that. But I feel like they wanted her to fall.
Right. So I'm curious, because if that's the case, with all the evidence, she really could have like let the sheriff know, but then again, that's the sheriff's son. So he's gonna be, and like he has been, in denial and complacent. So it's like, oh, I don't believe this. It's not my son. He ain't no monster. Yeah, all right. You're never at home, and this motherfucker be in the streets killing kids. So he's not always at work. And question: how old is Tyler?
I don't know.
He's
That's
definitely older because he's not in school, right?
I don't know. That's a good. We got to be at least 18.
Right. I would say 18 if I had to guess.
I mean,
Wednesday
we don't know
is
though.
16.
That's not.
I know, but I'm like, you at work all the time? You not at school? How old are you, sir?
I think I would say 18 if I had to guess.
There ain't no telling. No telling.
But yeah.
Envelopes coming in the mail.
But that was the end of episode 7. Did you have anything else on this one?
Nah. I think we covered a nice amount.
Yeah, we went in. Episode 8, A Murder of Woes. That damn Tyler. We left Wednesday. Is running in the street looking furious. It kind of reminded me of the Alligator Man when Cat Williams was running at the end of the episode. He just jetting down the road. And this like I said, I don't know if Tyler, when you asked if Tyler knew that she had the visions, now I truly don't know, because at this point, this is when Wednesday, she brings him out to the forest. He don't care, no care in the world.
He was like, "Is this a date?"
And like I said, Wednesday, she's straightforward. She went ahead and confronted him. Said, "I know you to hide." But she didn't come alone, and so she finally got her friends. Her friend group to tie him up and put him inside of they use Xavier stuff. Like, what?
He's locked up. He's not there, so it's available space because I mean, I guess they could have took it to Eugene's B shack, but last time Fester's there, we don't know if he's fully gone. So Xavier's space just seemed unoccupied. So I get it.
Man, she started going crazy like on the interrogation. On him, but he stood tall.
He did.
Stood tall. What y'all think about that? The interrogation.
Yeah, so when he stood tall, I was thinking, okay, he's like maybe he's being controlled or something. Because he legit, like he's a great actor. He was legit like, I didn't do anything. Like, what are you talking about? He stood 10 toes. So when I saw that, I was thinking maybe he's being controlled by somebody else, or is that there's someone else, which it was, but I just thought that was.
What'd you say, Jazz?
Oh, I was gonna go after you.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I thought this may have been one of those misdirects. Because they kept saying eventually though, they kept saying the visions you can't go off what you see in the visions, they're not to be trusted. So I thought this is gonna be one of them things where they were like, yeah, it's not that at all. It's somebody else. You're not even you expecting or suspecting in this moment.
Only thing about that is, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say, only thing about that is I couldn't tell who else is left, because the black guy's gone, the mayor is gone, the therapist is gone, and Xavier wasn't the guy. So I was just thinking like, who? It couldn't be really anybody unless they like made it Bianca or Lucas or something.
It would have been Ajax.
Come on.
No.
Like the guy who
I definitely would. I just saw Ajax as like an extra character. I definitely didn't suspect him, but I thought this scene was funny because soon as Wednesday was ready to go ahead and do her torture, everybody was like, "Yo, I didn't sign up for this. I gotta go." Like everybody bounced, and then Bianca was just like, "Damn, yeah, all right, Wednesday. This is not what we signed up for. We gotta leave too." And Wednesday was like, "All right, deuces. I'm still gonna fuck him up because I'm trying to get this hide to come out." And then we see what happens after that. Like the whole gang went to Weems. Weems calls the sheriff, and we see what the sheriff is doing. He's looking through the evidence of Squirrel Lady listening to the conversations between her and Tyler. And he wasn't I didn't get a shocked reaction from him. It was more of a disappointment and damn, I've been trying to ignore this entire situation, but actually it's something that I need to focus on. Like, he didn't seem too shocked. Like, he listening to that whole, like, her notes, he probably was like, yeah, my son is the one that's been killing these people. I didn't want it to be him, and I've been denying it this entire time, but I have to confront it because he killed a lot of people. Like, you might need to get your son out of here. So
did y'all watch The Patient? I don't think so. Did y'all watch?
I did not watch that show. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there any context?
Basically, you know, it was asked in the chat, but it's, you know, if your child was killing, what would you do? Would you intervene, or would you just allow it to go as long as it wasn't like?
I remember this conversation. I said I would stitch on him so fast, and don't let it be a reward.
That's what hey, that's what Wednesday said. That's what Wednesday said about Festa. She was like, I'll turn you in and I'm gonna get the reward.
Like I said, I will make sure you have money on your books and make sure I send you your favorite magazines. I am turning that ass in. Like, hands out. Sorry.
At least you're honest.
What y'all gonna do? Y'all not turning them in? If it's your kid.
I don't think it's that easy.
Are they like a sick murderer, or do they kill some people like on some street justice type stuff?
Not street justice. Not What is Bruce? What is Batman? He's a vigilante.
No, there's no reason to bring him. There's no reason
I'm
to
just
bring him in.
I'm just saying. I get it.
I get what you. I
get it, Jazz.
He did do Batman. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. So not a vigilante that's actually going against people that is causing crime. Somebody who's just killing people out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Chris, what you doing?
Get him out. I think if it was like the situation with Corey from Halloween, then I would bail him out. Because that was an accident.
Oh, I thought you meant.
But I mean what?
I thought you meant after the accident. I'm like, yeah.
No,
the accident,
not after the accident. No, we're having the initial.
He might be. Yeah, because technically you dead at this point. Huh? He killed his mama. And his daddy got shot in the face. So, but yeah,
back to Wednesday.
Back to Wednesday. So, Wednesday they in this room, like you said, talking to Gilpin. They basically told her that this is it for Wednesday. At this school, she's leaving. Tyler wants to speak with her. But this one he go ahead and confirm. It's me. It is I. I am him. I am them. What y'all think about this scene?
He was very arrogant.
Yeah.
He was just like, how does it feel to lose? She like, wait a minute. What?
Who that reminds you of when he said that?
Nobody came to mind, but
Thanos was the first one that came to mind. It wasn't the same wording, but maybe at the beginning he was like, I know what it's like to lose. And he was like, what is it? That's just the first thing I thought of. I was just like,
did it trigger you a little bit?
No triggers. Trigger free.
But I think like his switch in this scene was very important because you kind of saw the Jekyll and Hyde attitude.
Yeah. Without
him actually transforming into the monster.
Yeah.
So I think the actor did an amazing job because I hated him in Your Honor. So just to see him in this, he was just like, went through that whole thing. He was just like, at one point I wasn't remembering what I was doing. And then I started to remember and I started to get that taste and I enjoyed it. And Wednesday sitting here like, damn, I kissed this nigga last night.
Yeah.
So
her first kiss would be like a psycho. That's totally a laugh for Wednesday.
Right. And so I thought that line was dope at the end of that scene because she was just like, of course my first kiss would be a psycho monster serial killer. She's just like, yeah, I got a type. And she's running down the street, but just leaving him there. But just like that interaction, and he just walked away, left her with her thoughts. And he's just like, more is to come. So it's just not even just Tyler, like it's something else coming. Like, if y'all were Wednesday in this position, like, would y'all be scared?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be, because I seen the monster up close, like multiple times. So yeah, I'd definitely be scared.
Them dolphin teeth had me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and it sucks because like you already got Xavier, they already not really rocking with her, so he's all scot free. So yeah, I'd definitely be scared. And then
She
Weems,
destroyed. Sorry, let's go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and Weems wasn't, I can't really count on her to have your back either. So kind of tough.
She destroyed Xavier's life. I'm
Yeah,
like, at this point, I feel really bad for Xavier because
yeah,
he's handcuffed. He already doesn't have a good relationship with his father, and now he got murder charges.
Man.
yeah. And he's still
Body
in high school.
bags.
All that before he graduated high school.
And when they get back to the school, Weems, she pretty much she has to at this point. She has to expel Wednesday. But in the midst of her suspending her, Wednesday goes to visit Xavier. She visits Xavier in jail, and I was like, man, you can't visit me in jail. At this point, like I may not never see another person again. Don't you come and visit me. I'm in here. I'm in here because of you. Then she's talking to Enid, and they were just saying she was pretty much saying her goodbye. And she told her, the rainbows and pop songs are gonna make me think of you, and they make me sick. Whenever I think of these things, or if I hear them, they gonna always make me think of you. And this one we find out Eugene is woke. Did y'all have some on this one, on this scene?
I was gonna say I definitely like their interaction because Enid was like, "Are you gonna forget about me?" Which made me remember a conversation we had in our Discord of the relationship between Enid and Wednesday, of how someone could probably assume it could blossom into something else down a different road. And so I was just looking at it on the rewatch. I was just like, okay, I possibly could see it, but then I was just like more thinking of like a best friend connection being made more than anything else. And I mean in terms of like a romantic road, just in case if y'all don't know the context of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got
but just Wednesday, just thinking like things that she's gonna miss about Enid, and then if they're gonna miss each other, and how they're just bringing out the flaws and things that kind of irritate them about the other person. But then it was more so they appreciated that difference that person brought into, I guess, their friendship. So I really like the connection and their friendship, how it grew and their bond.
So Wednesday goes to visit Eugene in the hospital. She's talking to Eugene. And this is where we get the reveal. It was one of the first scenes when Wednesday got at the school. They actually showed this. He said it was the boots. It was something about the boots that I seen when the fire lit up is what made me see it. And he was like, yeah, it was Dr. Kimbot. No, it wasn't her. It was the other lady. And then you tell about I think does he actually say about the professor? I feel like she just pops up behind her at school per usual.
No, it was Eugene mentioned the red boots, and of course that was the first thing we saw when we were introduced to Christina Ricci's character.
Yeah,
was the red boots, because who walk around with red boots? Teachers on, and so we switched to her scene of she's in her, I guess her greenhouse, injecting something in a syringe. We don't know what it is, but we just like, oh shit, she was walking around with red boots on. And then Wednesday somehow creeps behind her and peekaboo.
Yeah, I like
Always.
I like the reveal. I was just surprised, and I also like it because going back to what Jason said earlier, how they plant certain seeds, and it's like those details you wouldn't really, get. So that was a dope reveal, and it was a cool callback because she's actually Wednesday in the other show. So now her being the villain too Wednesday, I was like, okay, I like that. That was dope.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's so I never suspected her, which
I
is
didn't
like
either.
I should have, because but it's like anytime she popped up, she was saying something that was, I guess, like a really good, helpful life lesson. and nothing pointed to her, but
Yeah.
everything pointed to everybody else. So
Yeah.
like on my rewatch, I was like, why didn't I suspect this heifer? Like, because nothing was pointing towards her. But
And she also wasn't like super, like she wasn't in the forefront that much. Like
right,
Xavier was, Tyler was, even Weems was more so than her.
right.
So they did a good job of giving you that balance where you say, I wasn't expecting that. So I thought.
So unfortunately, Brianna Tarth.
Yeah, this sucked.
She ain't got no hands in this one, huh?
Look, this, I actually liked how this scene panned out. Not what happened to Brianna Tarth, but I like how Wednesday just popped up, and Wednesday is just letting her know this is the entire thing. She's like putting her on Front Street. And Christina Ricci's character start off with, yeah, you might need some psychological help. And then as it went on, she's just like, all right, let me go ahead and take off this front. And then we see Tyler, or whom we think is Tyler, walk into the scene.
Yeah.
And he's not saying anything. And so she's just like, Tyler, honey, go ahead and take her out of here. Just get her out of here. And then we see the reveal that it's not Tyler. Like you said, Jason, it's Brianna Tarth. I hated these next 30 seconds. Because I was just like, bruh, nah. Y'all ain't take her out like this. Christina Ricci is like 5'2". Brianna Tarth is like 6'10".
Yeah, you could really see it when she was standing right there. It was like she was up here and she was all the way down there. But I like the callback because it was the same stuff that Garrett, had. So
yeah,
the nightshade poison. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gave her a lethal dose too, boy. She put out in her neck.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that at all whatsoever.
Neither was she.
So in the midst of this thing, thing goes to Enid. It goes to Enid and Ajax in the room. And this one it gets revealed that there's a secret group on the campus. And
Enid got no roommate for like 3 hours, and she already got a man in her room. Look, Ajax was not there at all before Wednesday was there. As soon as Wednesday leave, 3 hours later, Ajax in the room. They over there smooching.
He got more time now. Definitely got more time now. So Thornhill, she's been working on this plan for quite some time. She's Laurel Gates. She just, I guess, went underground and came back out. And she's revealing her plan to Winston, saying what she's going to do, how she's going to do it, and she was successful. She was successful in getting her plan ran. So we figure out what all these different pieces was actually for, like all the body parts, and it was to bring Crackerstone back to the world. And this is when it was like, here, how did y'all feel about Wednesday now?
You mean?
What do you mean?
So when she was in there with Crackstone and Thornhill, like she just seemed like she was just super powerless at this point. Like she had been in control of every situation, but this one, it's like she was not in control at all.
Yeah, I like that because I mean we saw her sort of breaking down a little bit. It started with Thing got stabbed, and then Enid, and she's showing vulnerability, and then even kissing Tyler. So it was just like it was on brand. I liked it. And it wouldn't have been cool if she was just like in control of the whole time before everything else panned out. So it was good. It was a nice yin and yang,
Right. I was just like, damn, you bleeding all over the side of your face. Christina Ricci done hit you in the face with a shovel. Like, she's 16 years old. But you see all the body parts that were taken from the victims, which is what was needed to bring Crackerstone back. And so I thought the interaction between Crackerstone and Christina Ricci's character was funny. Because she was just like such a fan, even though he's her ancestor. Because we come to find that out, and then we realize her entire motive.
Yeah.
Like, she has so many pieces in play, and everything ideally worked out successfully, but we see how everything panned out. But I thought it was funny because now you see Enid is like learning about the nightshades, learning that Ajax is a part of it, and they're calling Bianca, getting everybody else to come in and try to figure out, okay, we need to save Wednesday. We need to make sure we get everybody out of the school because Christina Ricci over here killing Weems, and she's crazy.
She's been going in. I think she probably killed the mayor too.
I definitely think she killed the mayor, and I think she. But do y'all think she ran him over though? Because when I was looking at it during the rewatch, it looked like somebody taller, so I feel like it was maybe Tyler.
I'm not sure. I didn't look at it. I'm gonna just assume it was Christina Ricci. I wonder who slashed the tires. You think? Remember the police officers? They couldn't get back.
I mean, it probably was her too.
Yeah, that's. She's very smart. I give her that.
She out here like Ronan and Scream 3. She just everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Body. And then like Wednesday gets stabbed. She basically left for dead, left to bleed out. And Goody shows up and says, "I can heal you. It's a one-time thing. When I do it, but you'll be healed of it. So this is give you all the power you need to defeat this." Would you say something, Jay?
No, I was gonna say Crackstone like stabbed her, then twisted the blade.
Man,
Crackstone was ugly as hell. I'm sorry.
He looked like a leprechaun, a tall leprechaun.
Oh yeah, he did. That is true. Yeah, he was ugly. We can't use him as the cover for the episode.
Nah. Yeah, nah. So then, like I said, we out. Tyler is the monster. He's snatching up Wednesday. He beating down Wednesday at this point. But it's a full red moon night. And a full blood moon. Yeah, thank you. And Enid, she can finally wolf out. What y'all think about when Enid wolfed out?
I was happy. I like that she got her moment to, like show off, and I liked it. She was getting beat up, but hey, it's okay. I was knocking her out. It's cool. She got some licks though.
I thought it was good because it was funny how, like, when she first started wolfing out, her face just looked deformed. And I was like, what the hell wrong with her? And I was like, oh, she wolfing out. But she was able to save Wednesday because, like, Wednesday, like you said, Jason, he had Wednesday, like, Hyde had Wednesday choked up on a tree stump. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Wednesday, you ain't got no power, sis. Like, I would have ran from him. You just looking at him like, nah, I'm going to stop you. He done lifted you up, changed into the creature, throwing you around like a rag doll. You just got your life back. She's about to die again. So man. Then we see Enid come in, and then Wednesday is just like, Enid? And then Enid looks at her. They have a moment. But I'm like, sis, you need to turn around because there is still a monster behind you that's 2 times bigger than you. Let's have this moment after you've killed or defeated that monster. But how did y'all feel about that battle between Enid and Hyde/Tyler?
I liked it. I didn't really like Tyler's monsters animation. That looked kind of crazy, but I liked the fight.
I feel like I said that episode 1. It looked, I guess that's the point, but it looks super cartoony. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you did.
Yeah, but it's not a bad. It's not a bad thing. It's just it looks, kind of funny. And I don't remember seeing, like the Jekyll and Hyde. I can't remember like how they portray Hyde in other films. So
it's kind of similar. When I was watching Once Upon a Time, they introduced like Jekyll and Hyde, so it's kind of similar. Okay. But when I look at the Hyde, yes. Mm-hmm. When I looked at this, did y'all see a lot of favoritisms when you found out it was Tyler with Tyler's face and the Hyde's face? Of like, oh, okay, I can see it.
Oh, you mean like they look similar?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see.
You can't. That's why that when the daddy came out there, he was like, Tyler, is that you?
So wait, you think when he saw the pictures, he was like, oh, that's my son?
It's in the eyes. Look at it. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes.
He was about to get killed. I know that much.
Man.
Yeah. He was beating Enid ass a little bit. I was just like, damn, like imagine getting your ass beat when you just whipped out 20 minutes ago. But luckily the sheriff was in the woods and he sees the fight and he shoots at Tyler. So I feel like at that moment he was no longer in denial.
Right.
He knew, like, because he was like, Tyler, is that you? Yes, yes, your son has been killing people for weeks. Like, so, which obviously saved Enid. And Enid was able to beat him to the point to where he was able to transform back to his human self. And she was also injured during that fight as well. So, and then luckily Thing was there. So as she was transforming back to her human self, you saw the hand and Thing was like holding her hand. So I thought that was a really genuine scene.
And then, of course, we have the standoff between Crackstone and Wednesday in the middle of the whatever this was, in the middle of school. And while this is happening, of course, Xavier walks in.
Of course he does.
Xavier walks in. I got this. And Wednesday still gets shot.
Yeah, she stepped in.
Yeah, Wednesday she stepped in to keep him from taking the shot. And then Bianca tries to give him old Night King, try to get him from the bike. But Wednesday is the one who gave that final blow. Wednesday gave that final blow straight to the chest. Let me see. Okay, so after Crackstone gets stabbed, then Thornhill pulls up with the blicky. She pulled a blicky out. She got it pointed on everybody at the party. I'm just like whoa, like is that what you doing? Is that how we getting the people? So
she brought a gun to a knife fight.
Wednesday
said that was the smartest thing she did all day.
Yeah.
She did. And then we have this scene of Eugene reuniting
I like this scene.
with Wednesday.
Yeah.
I never knew what his powers were until I guess is that his power, controlling?
I mean, it seemed like he was controlling well, he was, because at first I didn't register the bees because it looked like a fly at first, but then you see all of them coming up. I was like, all right. Yeah. So I guess so. That was a nice reveal though. I liked it. It made him useful. He was actually super useful. So
right. I thought it was really important because normally in those scenes, because last time we saw Wednesday before she goes to confront Christina Ricci's character, they don't explain what their goal is. So Eugene could have never called Enid, but Eugene knew all the details from Wednesday, which is why he was just like, yeah, Wednesday and Weems was here to confront Christina Ricci's character. Have you heard from them? Which had Enid like, nah. So I think his character was definitely important. And he was just like, Mom, Hive code. I gotta go see what's up. So I definitely like Eugene's character. Yeah. And the fact that when he called Enid on FaceTime, because if that was me, I would have ignored it because I'm not accepting no random FaceTime calls. I'm like, yeah, nah. I'll text you. What's up?
With everything going on, Jazz, really? Still no?
Did you see what she was doing? I damn sure wouldn't have picked up the phone. But that's just me. But and he saw Ajax in the background because Eugene was trying to flirt with Enid earlier in the season. He was just like, is that Ajax? And she's like,
what's he doing there?
Right. How you doing an unexpected FaceTime call with me and you asking questions? She just like, so what you need, Eugene? You good? You alive? Like, what's up? But I definitely like this scene with Eugene because, and he dropped the word bitch in this scene because he called Christina Ricci's character, which is like Hive code, bitch. And she just in fetal position.
I don't even remember that. Oh wow, that's funny.
Oh yeah, he definitely dropped the word bitch.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's funny.
So
Yeah, they had her down there rocking. They had her down there rocking on the ground.
Right. Wednesday was just like, Eugene, turn around. And she just kicked her in the face. I'm
Jesus.
curious. I'm curious what they did with her character.
Exactly. So that's what I'm gonna say. A lot of loose ends. There was a lot of loose ends for an opening series for a season. I mean, opening season for a series. But man, it was definitely a roller coaster. So we got the she's finished her novel. She's finished her novel. It appears, but she did put a question mark on it, so you never know where that's going to go. We see there's a stalker. She just got a new phone from Xavier, so I mean Xavier, maybe he's his daddy, possibly.
You think his daddy texting Wednesday?
I mean, who else got that like that quick? Who knew about that number that quick?
I don't know, but it had to be somebody that was taking pictures of her, like pictures when her and Tyler was still flirting.
Yeah.
So it had to be somebody that was around. It could be somebody in like relation to his father.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what? But how did y'all feel about like her reaction with Bianca? Because realistically, like Bianca saved her life because Crackstone was about to have kill Wednesday again.
Yeah.
So Bianca was able to stab him to get Wednesday to have time to stab him in the chest, and so they were able to have like a small interaction.
Yeah, it was like a mutual respect type thing because they brought up so I like that, and then it opens up the storylines for season 2. I mean, that's pretty much what they did. I don't know. I guess rivalry is the right way to describe them because they I can see it. I mean, they've had moments. They had the fencing moment. They had the tournament. The whatever that the game was, like we compared it to Harry Potter. So they've had moments. I thought it was cool. It was a good dynamic between them. I like Bianca's character.
Same.
We did. And the one last thing is Wednesday finally hugged somebody intentionally. She hugged Enid after Enid went to try to rescue her, I guess.
Oh yeah, after the battle. Because Enid was just like, "Where's Wednesday?" And at first she was just like, "I don't want to hug," but then she was just like, "She definitely saved my life." Yeah.
It's your best friend. Like
right. And y'all both covered in blood and y'all hugging each other.
Yeah.
So
but that is the end of Wednesday.
Oh, can I also mention Wednesday got a phone too? She got a phone. Remember Xavier gave her a phone?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I don't know if you missed that part when I said she got a phone, and I think maybe the daddy is the one.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, but you can talk. But yeah, you can. But yeah, that was but we're gonna see how they play out because that was just random. This person, they got all these pictures, and they got a meme of them killing her. Like,
how they got a meme made already? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, who did Xavier talk to in between the time he bought that phone and he gave it to her?
It was an iPhone 2. He got money. It's money. It's money.
Money.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a big one whenever they reveal whoever his father is. But now that you guys have anything else, Chris? Speak now or forever hold your pieces.
No, it was a dope show. I really liked it. Especially not having that much knowledge about the Addams family and everything. Like I knew who they were. I knew the theme song, but I didn't really know that much about like the lore and everything. But it was a nice portrayal and how they did everything, the characters and the side characters, and I like the mystery. The whole. It was plot twists. They had smaller twists, and then you had the big reveal at the end too. So I liked it a lot.
So everybody, Jazz, would you say was it good? Great.
We haven't gotten that part yet. I think we're gonna finish the episode. But gentlemen, since we are here, was it good though?
It was good. We did finish the episode, and I just said it was good, but it's okay.
We did. I'm like, what Jazz talking about?
No, I mean, but you asked Chris, was there anything you wanted to add? And so he added his areas, but it wasn't was it good though?
Oh,
gotcha.
It was
good. It was gotcha. Yeah. So, and to me as well, I loved it. I definitely enjoyed it. So hopefully, like they said, they up the characters, the side characters, in the next season. So we'll see what we get from there. But any ledges for this show that you guys had?
I don't like how they killed off Weems. If you want to kill off, but I really did not like how they killed her off.
Yeah, a lot of people was riding with she's on that other show on Netflix, but I'm like, it's all Netflix. So what difference does it make? You know?
I mean, like the Sandman, which if
Sandman.
they would have, like I didn't mind them. I just don't like how she got killed off. Because like she was suspicious the entire time, and then that moment where her and Wednesday actually come together to figure it out, it was for like 60 seconds. So, but yeah.
I get it. I get it, but I mean, did they show a body outside of when she had the little seizure?
She got poisoned.
I'm saying, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So she didn't like they never showed her again, and they never showed Christina Ricci character again. Right?
I think Christina Ricci is still alive. I do not think Weems is still alive.
Only way I would see Weems still being alive is if it's some shapeshifter type thing, but I feel like that'd be kind of cheap. You know, if they bring it back season 2, I think that'd be kind of cheap.
Yeah, I would say nah. Like Nightshade, she got that in her system, her bloodstream. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I don't think I had a ledge personally.
Okay. Are y'all ready for Link of Thrones?
I am.
I'm like, ain't nobody saying nothing. Was it?
I want Jason to go first.
Got you. My Link of Thrones is Ricky Lindham. She was in Knives Out.
I knew everything. You know what's funny? I was gonna do that just to spite Jason, but I said, no, let me let Jason.
The fact that I even mentioned it this like a couple of days ago, I was
me
like,
off you mentioned it.
I was like, oh shit, this was in Wednesday. Here go Jason, my nigga, shut up. Like,
he told us that was gonna be his. Didn't he say that was gonna be his?
I really thought he was gonna switch it up.
No, I already had that bitch. So I want to go first. And we're gonna put that out there. She played Dr. Kinbot,
aka Squirrel Lady.
Squirrel Lady, yes, she was out there stuffing them squirrels.
Okay, I will go next. I will do Christina Ricci. She was in Sleepy Hollow, another Tim Burton classic. So, Chris, do you have yours ready?
Yep, I'm gonna do Catherine Zeta-Jones. She was Morticia, and she was in Ocean's 12. Have y'all seen Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12? I like those movies. You never seen that? It's a cool heist movies. Yeah.
There's a running joke on Rick and Morty about heist movies and what they are. So, but no, I haven't seen it though.
What they are? What you mean? Like
it was just like it's always there's always a cross, a double cross, and then there's always a twist at the end that's supposed to get you, but it's at the end of the day it's all the same thing when it comes.
Well, I like that.
That sound like Knives Out a little bit.
But... Yeah, a little bit. They have a nice little tidbit in there you gotta follow as well. It kind of plays on you.
We'll save that for future reviews, Jason.
You know what I'm saying?
Is there anything else you guys wanted to add to this episode?
Can't think of anything.
No, not within this episode. No. The dope show. We seen a lot of little Harry Potter parallels.
That was actually funny when you mentioned that last week.
Yeah. So you got that, and I was a lot of little Scream parallels too. Little horror movie parallels they have. It's like the teen, like the real teen version of what that would have been.
I can see it with the constant red, I guess what they call it, red herrings with like the Xavier stuff. Yeah.
So trying to figure out who the killer is. Yeah. You got your lead you following the entire time.
Yeah.
And you got two killers.
Yeah.
You know. everybody. You know, Jazz. You know, Jazz. I don't got to run the rules. I don't got to run the rules after you.
Jazz, no.
And instead of sex, it was kissing. I ain't got to put,
Well, they're in high school still, so they're trying to. Oh wait, they was in high school to screen too. Yeah, but
exactly. That's why I said. But this is more of a the teeny bopper versus that. That was the adult.
That was the 90s.
Adult. Yeah, yeah. But that was our Wednesday review part 2.
Shout out to Jenna Ortega too. You gotta give her a shout out. Nobody had her as Link of Thrones, but she's dope. I know she was operating on dead squirrels, but
it was lizards.
That's not better.
So did we talk about like the face of the movie industry now? Like faces?
What you mean?
So I know we talked about it off of here. I don't know if we talked about it on here, but basically what I was saying is, there are faces or celebrities that we can see now. Like, who are you running to go see? If you see their face in the trailer, who you running to go see the movie with? And I was gonna ask, who are some of y'all newcomers, up and coming, less than 5 years? Because Jenna been out there for quite some time. Like, I don't think y'all would probably know the other stuff that she was in.
She was in Richie Rich, Little Rascals.
Richie Rich.
It's a Richie Rich show.
The show?
I think so. It came out in 2015.
Okay. Yeah. I know she was in Stuck in the Middle. And she was in Little Rascals.
On Disney Channel?
Yeah. And she was on Little Rascals.
What?
I didn't know it's Little Rascals. I want to know how Jason knows Stuck in the Middle.
Bro, I got 100 kids. What are you talking about?
You do got the kid cop out. I forgot about that.
It's gonna always be my cop out when it comes to a kid show.
Jason be watching Stuck in the Middle.
How you gonna say something to me? But he sound like he real familiar with this show, right?
I've seen the show before, yeah. But it's funny when I can joke on you.
It's just Jason should have jokes for you.
Exactly.
Because you ain't got no kids. So
man, I hear just really out here watching Stuck in the Middle. This guy here. You probably like Ricky Tikki and Don too, don't you?
I never heard of that.
But
Jason's deep in the bag now. He get deep in his Disney Channel.
Hey, but look, okay, so now, but who are some of y'all? So, like, of course, you see Jenna Ortega face, you probably gonna click on the movie. Which was funny. She said her interview for this, or her first discussion for this movie, was right after she had filmed her scene in X when she got shot in the face. Spoiler alert, if you hadn't seen that movie.
That was gonna be my Lake of Thrones, but I thought it'd be too easy.
Probably not. That'd probably be a good one.
But yeah, so you got her. You got Jenna Ortega. I mean, of course, you got.
I'm gonna say Lashana Lynch for sure. Lashana Lynch was in Woman King. She was Captain Marvel in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, and she was, of course, in Captain Marvel. And she's actually in the musical that just recently dropped. I don't know if it's on Netflix or Disney Plus, Matilda. So
it's on
I
Netflix.
definitely okay. Netflix and Lashana Lynch, like definitely her for sure.
She was in James Bond too.
She was in James Bond, yeah.
She played Miss Honey.
Yeah. So and I would say probably, of course, Bay, Jonathan Majors, duh.
I thought you were gonna say Trevante. I'm like, I'm not.
Trevante's number one. Trevante Rhodes.
he ain't feeling no seats but yours.
Yeah, he definitely not. Shout out to Trevante, but like, come on.
Yo, relax. He was just in the newest Mike Tyson series, even though Mike Tyson didn't sign off on it. Hey, that ain't my business. But that's on Hulu.
People like public people can be used, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Without the person, it's better if you get the blessing of that person. But no. What's short of course? Mia Goth. She got a movie coming. She got a new movie coming out this month. With Alexander. What's his name? Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, They
You
got a
said
movie
who?
coming out. Mia Goth.
That name sounds so familiar, but I can't like get the face.
Pearl?
You said who?
Pearl?
Oh, sis. Got
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Mia, her face. I see her face on something. I'm probably gonna click. I'm probably check that out. The brother from Loose, the little crazy black boy. He's in that. He looked like he can play Obama.
Oh, that's in the new movie where it's about the black musician or the
Kelvin
orchestra musician.
Kelvin Harrison. He's a very good actor as well.
Yeah, for sure.
He's in Chevrolet. That's coming out. That's what you was just talking about, bro. That's the name of the movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. That's up.
It's cool.
This man here. She said what the movie was. It was like, yeah, and that's the name of the movie. That's the title of the movie.
Okay, Jason. Okay. I'm not challenging.
Chris, who you got, man? I'm not gonna play with her.
For me, definitely Jonathan Majors. And he's in 3 movies first 3 months of the year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's everywhere. Like you go to the movies and he's in mad trailers and all the posters on the wall. Tiana Paris, I like her. I don't know outside of the Marvels what else she has coming up, but I really like her. And I also like the wife from that episode of Black Mirror. With you know what I'm talking about.
Hey,
No.
what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Cute people, nigga. Names of people. What movie they in? You finna go see? Name the movie they finna. Name the movie they in. You finna go see.
I don't know the movie. I'm just saying people.
I know you don't. You know their face.
So, what? Okay. Lakeith Stanfield is my list. Since Jason wanted this, like.
Jason saying you don't know these people names. You just going off their face.
I mean that helps, but like no.
Tiana. I know Tiana. But outside of, she's in Miss Marvel. I know that, but the other lady, I ain't seen her. Nothing else. I think she was in Sleepy Hollow, the TV show, right?
Are you talking about the wife that was in the
Captain America's wife?
It's Sniper Vipers.
Striking Vipers. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was in the Sleepy Hollow TV show, right?
I never saw that, but I believe so. Yeah.
They said it was real good. It didn't last a long time, but
CW be dropping 15 episodes a season. So if it's got 3 seasons, she got enough damn episodes.
Sure.
And Anya Taylor-Joy, she real good too. She got that little weird face, but she was in The Menu and The Witch.
You like that movie, don't you?
The movie was funny, man.
Wait, she got that weird face?
She do.
That was kind of wild to say, actually, but it's okay.
She do. It just you see, like, oh, okay. I know exactly what he mean.
She was good in Split, though.
She was.
She was in there, bro. Yeah.
Wasn't she the alien?
Huh?
In Split?
Never mind.
Yeah, Split is something. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Splice, but you're talking about Split, which is the movie that was
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Or I was gonna say like the prequel or a sequel to Glass and
It was the sequel.
Unbreakable. She was one of the girls that was captured. I just immediately went to Splice. So a completely different movie.
She got a lot of. She was in The Northman. She was in a lot of stuff.
I tell you, y'all should check the Northman out.
You keep talking about that. Yeah.
It's in that Game of Thrones type of feel. A little bit different, but definitely.
Okay. That's what's up. Is there anything else y'all wanted to add?
Not for me, Jason.
No, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for checking this out. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. 31 episodes plus we got going on right now. I feel like January's been kind of been hitting it at the park here lately.
So, you can be a little humble, but You right.
That's not humble.
I
I mean,
understand.
I feel like I just feel like more so, we clicking as far as with what we doing, and I mean, we 31 up anything, 31 up anything. Our birthday coming up soon. You know what I'm saying?
Jazz,
Mad
that's
at
hate.
Jazz.
Jazz, that's hate.
You see
That's
her whole eyebrows did this.
That's hate.
Chris, you acting like this nigga's not an Aquarius. That means Aquarius season is upon
He's
us.
my co-host first.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. No, he's actually an Aquarius first. So
We
if you
can't fault him for his shortcomings. He got nothing to do with him.
Is that a handicap? It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really pick your handicaps. They just give it to you. So
You just been given a handicap that you are an Aquarius.
I'm birthday 6. That's what I am.
Jason, close us out.
It's the truth. Y'all never thought about what
Jason.
you never
No.
you never counted the 9 months when you was born.
Jason.
Oh, actually, on cabin, I have none of them.
Chris.
I have, bro. You like, oh, that was Valentine's Day.
Jazz, what was you?
My nigga, we not doing this. We not doing this. We not.
I'm birthday 6. It is what it is. But yeah, so again, this is episode 31 of the Was It Good Though podcast. Please like, share, comment. We engage back with you from the social media pages. We do have a community Discord where we like to just talk about movies. We go more in depth than we do on the pod, as well as just talk about stuff that we probably not going to get to on the pod because it's a lot of different stuff. On here, we typically just drop once a week, so we try to keep it consistent within that. Everything else bonuses because we love y'all. We love what we're doing. We appreciate what we're doing. And we just want to make sure y'all stay up on it. But if y'all would love to join our community, we would love to have you. Like I said, we have fun in there. A lot of jokes that we can't make or won't make or just different things. And you just see the community. You really can just really communicate with the community. Join. I think that's it. All right.
Yes, sir.
It's been fun. Jazz, you good?
I'm great.
Chris, you good?
I'm chilling. Jason, you good?
I'm good, man. I'm floating
Jason,
right now.
Jason, are you good?
I'm okay.
Chris.
I can't complain.
Chris, are you good?
Look at this fake ass shit, man.
I know, right?
Hey, man, hell no. Push the goddamn button.
Wait a minute. So it's a problem when I make sure y'all each are good? You know what?
It's cool when I do it. It's
Probably they do it. Right. All right. Episode 31, guys. Jason's about to go to sleep.
Cheers.